Hey guys, I'm like, what? Only 5 minutes late this time, which is good. Let me send the link to my friend Brandi that's going to be joining us. Let me see. Hold on. I'm getting my shit together. Miss Bravo Brandi, y'all are going to love her. She's so fun. Okay. And there's my ticker. Waiting for a couple other people. Hi guys, welcome. I am waiting on my friend Brandi to get in here. Brandi, when you're in here, say hi and I'll drop the link for you to click. This is Brandi's first time doing this, so I know y'all will be nice, but you'll love her anyway. I don't have to tell you to be nice. Hi, Chantel. Hi, Brandi. Okay, so Miss Brandi, I am going to, let's see, copy this right here. I'm gonna try to stop playing with my ponytail. And if you click that, Brandi, then you should be able to, let me know if you have any trouble, but you shouldn't. Hi guys, trickling in. Hope everyone's having a good Tuesday. It feels like it should be later in the week, but hopefully most everyone is having a short week. I can get my earring back on. What the hell? Waiting on Brandi. Sure, it shouldn't be. It's her first time using StreamYard or doing anything of this, but she has, y'all, she's been to Bravocon. Well, I'll let her tell it, but I have always wanted to go to Bravocon because I'm a lover of all things Bravo. You're sore, but good. I'm sorry you're sore. I hope you feel better. Chantel, I always hope you feel better. Let me add Brandi to the stream. Hi.
Hey.
You look so good. You look like you're a real housewife. I should just have told people that I'm interviewing one of the former ones from Beverly Hills or something.
No, I'm not from Beverly Hills, but I am a real housewife. Like for real. I really am. I'm a real housewife.
Oh, I know, Chantel. I hope that you're doing well and getting better, and you're just such a good person. I know that's got to be hard on you.
Somebody sick?
Yes, my friend Chantel. She's doing rehab, so she's getting better.
Oh, go Chantel.
Can you
we do recover.
Can you see the chat, Brandi?
If I put my glasses on, maybe.
Are you doing this from the computer?
No. Oh, let me see. If I put it on chat, then I can't see.
So if you have a computer that you don't have to do this.
I'm on my phone.
But if you have one that's like easily accessible, sometimes it's kind of fun to see the chat. So if you want to put your computer like on mute, and that way you can just see the chat come up and still see yourself. Hi, Tammy, because it's just kind of fun to see what people say.
But then how am I going to show all my pictures?
I don't know. I'll just tell you what they're saying if they're saying something fun. But you're going to.
We need some mods.
I didn't change the time. I had it scheduled for 5, didn't I?
Yeah, 5 Central.
Yeah.
That's what we are.
So, yeah, we're on Central Standard Time. So, Brandi, Miss Bravo Brandi, gosh, I can never get the height of this chair right.
I know. I'm like, is my chair okay? Am I okay? I've never done
this. You're good. I always play with like putting the computer up higher or lower. Oh, April, it's not you. We're just glad that you're here at all, anytime. And you know me, it's my scheduled lives are like a suggestion within a 45-minute window. I'm late all the time. So Miss Brandi has a lot of interesting stories. There are some that I really hope she will let me talk to her about one day. But today we are here to talk about her interesting stories with going. She's a big Bravo fan, and she's a reality
Bravocon.
Yes, she's a reality TV junkie like me. But we're gonna talk some sister wives, but we're gonna start out with, she's actually been to Bravocon, y'all, like to the mothership.
Twice. And I went to both of them.
So did you go this year?
I went to this year and I went to the first one. So I've been to the first one and the second one.
Okay, so I'm just gonna ask you a very rude question. How expensive is it to go?
Very. very
Give
expensive.
us a number.
It's the tickets were like $1,600 a piece. And that was not for super VIP. That was just, unless you got SVIP, which were like $5,000 a piece by the time you got around to buying them. Some people got them for face value, and lucky you. But if they were aftermarket sale, they were so expensive. But that was really the only way to go. Like, we lucked out because I had been to the previous one. What?
Did you get super VIP?
I did not. No,
Okay.
I just had VIP, but I knew where to go.
What's the difference between the tiers?
And I knew where they come out. Like, okay, let's go to where the back, you know, I knew where the green room was and stuff. So I knew where to hang out to like meet them and get pictures and stuff just because. But yeah, I don't know. If they have it again next year.
What is the difference between like regular VIP and super VIP?
So super VIP is where you wait
You
in
get to have
lines.
rows.
Well, you wait in no lines at all. They have a special lounge for the super VIP where all the Bravo celebrities hang out. You get first access to all the photo ops. Like, it's a totally different experience than waiting for an hour and a half to see a panel. And, you know, I want to point this out. So these Bravo celebrities, okay, they were super famous inside of the Javits Center because everybody there was there because they watched these Bravo shows. But let me point out that not everybody watches Bravo. And when they go out onto the street, they're not that famous. I guess like, they're famous to people that watch Bravo, but they're not
the convention center or whatever. And then they go outside sometimes, and people are like, you know, what? Yeah,
like who are you? Like Shep who? You know?
Yeah, I would freak out if I saw Shannon Bedore somewhere. But there's some people that would.
Oh, you had to say her name first, didn't you?
I love Shannon. But
least favorite, biggest bitch of them all. I hate Shannon.
You
I
hate Shannon?
The worst.
Hold on. We're talking like we're on the phone. Let's back up and let's go back to the tiers. So super VIP gets you, then what's VIP get you? The difference.
VIP gets you in a different line.
Okay. And then is there like slumming it where you just stand in the back of the room and hope that you get to?
That's all of it. All of it is that. Unless you're super VIP.
In here.
So unless you're super VIP, you're slumming it. Like it's waiting in lines. It was like my daughter described it. It was so funny because we were standing there and they had this like central part where they were interviewing all different kinds of people and they were live streaming it. And so many people were crowded around and my daughter said it exactly. She goes,
I just want you to notice these comments here. You're being outnumbered on Shannon in the chat here.
Well, they can say what they want. I've met her twice. I've met her twice now. I got to ask her a question, and she was just, she's just right. My daughter too.
You guys got moved up front because you were pretty or something, right? On one of the panels. Okay. Let me back up. Okay. So the first time you went, your first day, what did you do? Tell us from the time you got there to like just what it was like.
No, we're talking about this last one, right? Because that's the second one.
Whichever one.
Okay, so this last time, yeah.
Or maybe the first one, because that was like you didn't know what to expect. So somebody going in and not
no. The first one was fantastic. The first one was so great. There was it didn't matter if you had SVIP or whatever, you know, like the first one, if you were cool and you're kind of pretty and dressed good, like you got taken up to the front. Like I got to sit with Raquel. I got to sit with like, it was just a whole different experience than the second one. The first one was more intimate and I guess not a lot of people knew about it, or it was just smaller. This one
was the first one ever?
The first one ever is what I'm
talking about. So they've only had two.
That one was great. This one was kind of oversold and really crowded. And that's why, like on the second day of this past one in New York, we didn't go to, we took an Uber to Javits Center And the line was like out the door, around the Javits Center, down and around West Side Highway.
So Javits Center, like, I guess it would be like Bridgestone Arena in Nashville?
Bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, huge.
And what city is this in? I'm sorry.
So we decided, I was like,
What city is it? Is it New York? What city is it in?
It was in New York City at the Javits.
I've never been to New York, so I don't know the Javits Center. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So it's on the West Side Highway. It's a huge convention hall. It's where they have all the big shows, like the car shows, whatever. It's a huge space. So the fact that there was a line around the corner, my daughter and I were like, I'm just not into lines. So we went, I said, let's walk the High Line, which is through Chelsea, through, and we ended up at the Gansevoort Hotel, which is where they were all staying. So the second day, we didn't even go inside of Bravocon. We actually went to the hotel where everybody was staying. We camped out outside with our phones, and we got pictures of everyone's outfits before they got there. They talked to us. They were so kind and so cool. And it was just much better than being in that convention center, So there are ways to do it without buying those expensive tickets. If you go to New York, you hang out outside of the hotel that they're all staying at. That's how you meet them all.
That's what I might do next year. I wonder if they all stay at the same place.
They do. Yes.
Huh. So who's the first person you met hanging out outside the hotel?
Ooh, let's see here.
Now we want to see pictures.
Well, yeah, let's get some Gansevoort pics going here. Okay, that was the second day. Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Oh, the other thing was the one thing you can't do, obviously, if you just go stand outside the hotel, is the panels. And the panels were really fun because you really got some insight into all of the filming. You got insight into, and let me tell you guys something really quick before you look at these pictures. Let's not forget that there are producers involved in these shows, and they get them as drunk as they can with as little food. So these outrageous scenes that you guys see on TV are all pretty orchestrated by production.
I've heard that from, I interviewed Faith Stowers. She was that Jax cheated on Brittany with. She was the black girl. That was one reason we were talking. She was like the only black girl on Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And she said some stuff about the alcohol and stuff like that.
Well, the alcohol is free flowing. Like, I can tell you a little, this is kind of a little juicy scoop. Like, one of my friends that is, she's a director and she just works in the movies. She was a producer on Real Housewives of Orange County. And let's go back some seasons to when Eddie proposed to Tamra. Do we all remember that? Okay. So I have some inside scoop on that. So that ring that was inside of that oyster shell, that you remember? Okay.
She dove down to get it or something too, didn't she? And
she came up to, this oyster shell. Okay, all orchestrated by production. That ring came from Macy's. It was $136. My girlfriend went to Macy's and purchased that ring, okay? Not to say that Eddie didn't come through with a real ring later, but for the show, that ring was $136, and my friend got the shells and glued them and sprung them together to make that shell for him to propose to Tamra. That was all orchestrated. Eddie didn't think of that.
That's crazy.
That was all production. Yeah.
So Tamra has always been one of my least favorite ones, but I have heard on any podcast I listen to or anything that everyone loved Tamra, that she was just great to work with, so nice to everyone.
She's fun, but I wouldn't tell her anything that you don't want the whole world to know. She's known for she's a blabbermouth for sure. Don't tell her any secrets. Oh, okay. Wait, really quick. Let's see. How do I can I turn my camera?
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't know. Is it working?
No, we can't see anything.
Shoot.
Oh, she dropped. Let me put the link back up for her. She'll be back. Dun, dun, dun. Here she is. Let's put her back in here.
Me and Alexia.
That's Brandi. No, that's you. I was thinking that was Brandi.
That's me and that's Alexia. There's Alexia.
Wow.
This
She
is
looks
all outside
great.
of Gansevoort.
Who is
Love
that?
Family Karma.
Can you move it a little bit closer?
Oh yeah. Hold on. Let's see.
Oh wow, that's a good one.
So they were all just kind of, there was Sheree. Oh, there's Captain,
Captain Lee.
Captain Lee, cutie, sorry. Let's see. Let's find some good ones. Oh, who is it? It's Tree.
Oh my gosh, Teresa Giudice. Did you get to talk to her?
And there's Louie. Hey, Louie.
Teresa.
Let's see.
Did you get to talk to Teresa?
There's Teresa and Louie. I did for a brief sec. Yeah, there she is taking a selfie with us. Like they were all so nice. And they're going away. Like they were so sweet. That's what I'm saying. Every one of them, like that's the way to do it. If you want to, Joe Gorga. Sorry, let me pause.
Oh, Joe Gorga's my boyfriend. That filthy pig, Joe Gorga. I can't stand.
I hate him, but I just noticed I haven't gone through all the videos and the pictures from the trip, and I was just like, oh my God, Joe Gorga.
It's just a filthy pig, and I would just smother him till his mouth was. I'm just kidding. I have a crush on Joe Gorga. Like there's something
you
about.
Do?
I do. There is something about how he's just opening the lips all the time. I think it's so cute how he's.
No,
I know. I just think he's so adorable.
Okay, on my top 5 list of people I couldn't stand at Bravocon 2022, Melissa and Joe Gorga. They were.
Melissa
was so cringy.
I didn't know if maybe it was my jealousy over Joe, but were they just standoffish or?
No, the opposite. They were like show ponies. They were like, hey, look at me, like doing anything for attention. They didn't seem like they were being themselves. I'll tell you my number one. Okay, so they were in my top 5 of people I didn't like. Shannon Bedore is definitely in that category. Well, but let me tell you let's say my top 3. My number 1 was Caroline Stansberry. Oh my God, was she a doll? She was so gracious and kind, and she just had this energy about her. She saw my daughter and I standing in line to meet her and Sergio, right? Mm-hmm. And she looked up and she looked at me and she goes, like she was waving.
Really cute.
And I looked around and I was like,
I was thinking of Caroline Manzo, different Caroline. Hold on, doing it over in my head. Caroline Stansberry, gorgeous blonde on the House
Ladies of London and Real Housewives of Dubai. Mm-hmm.
I love
the one that's married to the much younger guy.
I love her attitude. She's one of my favorites. And is she gorgeous
in person? She had the best energy of all of them. She was just gracious and kind, and
that surprises me a little bit.
Huh?
That surprises me a little bit because she comes off kind of bitchy which is what I like about her. Like she comes off kind of sassy and bitchy on the show, but that I'm glad to hear that because she's one of my favorites. Like whatever she's doing, I'm interested in watching it. I like her.
It's weird because when you watch them on the show and then when you meet them in real life, even at something like Bravocon, where they're not in the show, they're being themselves, very different, very different. Like I can say, sorry, the birds.
That's okay.
Like Shep, for instance. Shep was so sweet in real life. Like I can't stand him on the show. I think he's such a misogynistic grosso, He was nicer than Austin.
I've gotten to where I don't like any of the guys on Southern Charm really, but I used to really like Shep, and now I think he's slowly turning into a T-Rav, and I hate that for him.
But that's what I'm saying. On the show, you hate him, but like in real life, he was so nice.
Well, that's good.
Like who knew? Yeah, a lot of the people that you think will be bitchy or be a certain way, I'll tell you who, and another one that I could not stand and that I just wouldn't even, I wouldn't wait in a 1 second line to meet her is Dorinda. She was like very rude, very drunk.
Was she drunk? Was she doing the what is it, the clip and make it nice and all that stuff?
Well, she was just rude to the fans. She wasn't. I didn't.
Have you seen the Ex-Wives Club, the one where they stayed in the Berkshires? Like,
yeah, that's her house.
Yeah.
Bluestone Manor.
I didn't like. Dorinda. It just seemed like she was a little odd. Then somebody's asking, what about Whitney and Craig? Were they there?
Yes. Oh my God. Well, Craig was. I don't know about Whitney. I met Craig, and I met Craig at the prior Bravocon too.
I bet he's a doll baby.
Oh, doll baby. Dolly. I love him, and the Toms. I gotta say, I gotta give it to the Toms. So we went up to, they had a booth there with all their Tom gear, and we were going to see them there. We were going to see Tom Sandoval's band. And so my daughter wanted to get a t-shirt, and he literally like stopped. He was so far away, and the guy at the booth was like, Tom, come back. And he came all the way back through the sea of people and signed my daughter's t-shirt, which I thought was really cool. Aww. And we ended up never making it to Tom Sandoval's band, though. We ended up on Watch What Happens Live that night.
How is that? So did you meet Andy Cohen or get to ask him any questions?
I didn't ask him any questions, but this is the second time, the first Bravocon and this one, that I just got pulled. I didn't have tickets to the show or anything. I just got pulled to come sit, and my daughter and I got pulled to come sit in the front. And
that's awesome.
Great.
So what do you have against the lovely Miss Shannon Bedore?
I just don't like her. I don't like her attitude. Her boyfriend, on and off boyfriend, like 1 minute they're in love, the next minute she's like, oh, we broke up, whatever. Like, he's kind of douchey. She just, I don't know. I just don't, she rubbed me the wrong way.
What interaction did you have with her?
At the first Bravocon, I actually got, I was up at the podium to ask a question. And it was right before her daughter was leaving to go to Baylor University. And I know that she's a Christian as well as am I. And she was sending her daughter to a Christian university. And I had asked her about, why she doesn't ever bring any of that up. Like, I know it's your prerogative if you want to discuss your religion or not. But like, if you really stand for something, I feel like you would be open about talking about it. Mm-hmm. And she just was not open about talking about anything. She was very shut down. This Bravocon, my daughter and I were walking up. We were in line to get a picture of her because she looked ridiculous in this bright yellow suit. She just looked so bad, and we wanted a picture. I know that sounds mean, but whatever. And like, Steve was there. And Steve wasn't cool. We were like, oh, can we get a picture? And he's like, yeah, no. And like, he won't take pictures with anybody unless Shannon's in him. Like, that's how their relationship is. I don't know. I just think she's bullshit. I don't like her. I don't think her storyline is interesting. She's the least interesting person to me. I think they should follow the storyline of her ex and his new girl. I
was thinking that might be, there was some talk of maybe them getting a spinoff or something. What's her name?
David, he's so bad.
And I don't blame her for being mad at him. My God.
I'm sure his daughters are embarrassed too.
Oh yeah. They've got to be, with those pictures they were taking on Instagram and naked in the woods or what. Like, it was just cringing.
That is so cringe and so embarrassing. Just that right there is so embarrassing.
What about the New York ladies? Were any of them there?
Yeah, so Dorinda was there. I've met Countess Luann.
How was the Countess?
She's cool. I like her. Like, again, like, I love her in person. Like, hey, how's it going? Like, she's really cool vibe. But the first Bravocon, we got tickets to the cabaret.
Oh, I've heard that the Countess and Friends relies heavily on the friends.
Oh, it's so cringy. It's like the cringiest, worst thing I've ever seen. Like, we walked out. We didn't even stay for the whole thing. Most people I know that have been to see it don't stay for the whole thing.
So do you think she knows that she's like not that good of a singer and it's kind of a...
No, I don't think she knows that.
She thinks she's good.
She thinks she's like, yeah, no, she thinks she's really something. Wow. But you know what? I'll say this, like, doesn't she seem like she'd be like really big and tall in life? Like, she's the same height as me. I was expecting her to be like really a lot big. I was expecting a lot of them to be a lot taller.
I always think that Luann's she looks really tall, and maybe it's that voice. She sounds very tall.
She sounds very manly. Money can't buy a class.
That's right.
Like, to me, that's what she sounds like. To me, that's her voice.
Bethany there other time. I love Bethany.
So I love Bethany. I think Bethany is a boss ass bitch. Love her. She does
a lot of good things too. She with her money and
Be Strong. Oh my god,
yeah.
She does so many. She puts her money where her mouth is what I like about Bethany. You know, you might not like her personality, and people might not like her abrasiveness, and she's very like in your face, and she just kind of says it like it is. But I'm gonna say this, Bethany.
I think she's a kind person. Like if she, like what she did with Luann, taking care of Luann's affairs and stuff. Like that's a really nice thing to do.
I'll tell you what else. Bethany is the best example of a wonderful mother. I mean, she didn't have a good mom, so she didn't really have anything to model it after. And I think that the kind of mom she is to Brynn really speaks volumes about her. And I just think she's really smart. And
Bethany could run the world, probably.
I think Bethany is president, really. She could run America better than any of these jokers. And I'm talking Biden and Trump. Fuck them all. I think Bethany would do a better job. She's more of a humanitarian. Like, she's no bullshit. I love her.
I love her too. And I've always kind of loved her, but I started loving her a lot. Hi, Steven. Welcome.
I wish the chat.
There was one episode where she was doing her fundraiser for Puerto Rico, and Dorinda had gotten just shithouse drunk at the dinner before they with the executives, but she was so embarrassing, and they were talking about raising funds and Dorinda was like, well, do you really think these kids in Puerto Rico are going to go to college? And like just slurring and like,
she's a messy drunk. That's the problem. Is that Dorinda's a messy drunk. And you would think that after that many times of making a fool out of yourself on TV, you would think that after that many times she would go to a meeting or just try something new, try something new, Dorinda, because it's not working for you.
The next day they were doing an interview with Bethany and they were asking her, because everyone's assuming Bethany's going to be raging mad the next day. And, she's just sitting on the plane waiting for her. And I don't even know if it might have been, she might have said it to Dorinda, but she said it to somebody and she was like, yeah, if it had been, almost any other person, I would have been mad, but she's just a drunk. And it was
can't reason with crazy.
It was a very frank, but yet almost really kind thing to say. Like, she's just I know that wasn't her. She's just a drunk and you can't like, what do you expect from Dorinda? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just liked the way she said it. That really.
I feel bad for anybody with addiction issues. Listen, I'm not downing. I'm not.
Oh, no, me either.
Like, I feel so bad for her. But what I'm saying is that exactly, if people are saying that about you and you can watch the footage back and see yourself she's very aggressive.
Her voice changes. You can tell when she's getting shit out, like her whole voice.
She's not a fun drunk. She's like a mean, aggravated, rude, out of control. Totally.
Did anyone catch at the reunion they called Dorinda? When Dorinda called out, the housewife with the white substance on her nose. No, I didn't see that.
Well, that wouldn't surprise me either. People that drink that much, especially in New York, come on.
Yeah.
Right.
Who's the other one that used to? So was Tinsley there? I love Tinsley.
I didn't see Tinsley.
Okay. Let's see. What are my other favorites? And they canceled New York, and New York was just. I went one time because I didn't start watching New York in the beginning. And I had a friend and she was like, you've got to start watching. You've got to go back and start from season 1. And it really is fascinating to watch how the dynamics
The
changed.
progression of it all and how it all changes.
From Bethany
Very
trying to get
exciting.
anyone to try her cookies for free in Central Park to running an empire, you know, and then there's
She was selling muffins in Whole Foods. Like she was like, yeah.
in her little
She
bitty
didn't
apartment.
have a car. That's why I say that's why I respect Bethany so much, is because she really did come up on her. Well, that was cool. Did you
What
see
happened?
that?
Are you okay?
Yeah, it was just my ring light. Hold on.
What is that rainbow thing?
Oh, that was my pants. Sorry.
They're cute.
That was my whole ring light, just like.
Yes, Stephen, please.
That's
You know, while we're pausing, again, I know you guys have heard me say this so much, between now and Friday, any super chats or cash apps are going to Project Linus to help cold children get blankets. So I appreciate anyone who has donated so far or who would donate. Thank you. Back to the show. So yeah, I think, and then who else was on there now? I never was a big Jill Zarin fan.
Ew. Oh, Jill Zarin.
I think Dorinda set her up to look dumb on the Ex-Wives Club when she tried to recreate it.
I mean, listen, I'm not going to sit here and say Jill Zarin's dumb, because she's not.
No.
She's a brilliant businesswoman. She's a brilliant woman. I don't have anything against Jill Zarin.
When they were doing her entrance and she set it up to look like when she came that one time to the beach house or whatever, and they were all having manicures, and like none of the new ones were old enough to remember what anybody was talking about. Yeah, on Scary Island, but they set it up for her to make her same entrance on the Ex-Wives Club. And it's like Eva, you know, Brandi Glanville, they don't know. They didn't watch 20 years ago when that happened. Right. And Dorinda's acting like she has no idea what she's talking about. Like she wasn't like, you know, it would be good.
They're like Kelly Ben Simone, who?
Kelly Ben Simone, my God.
Oh, I miss Kelly. I wish Kelly would come back.
Thinking Bethany's trying to poison her.
Well, you would never be able to replicate that. I mean, that was just, those were the good old days, you know?
Oh my God. Sonia sitting there. Have you ever encountered Sonia? I love Sonia.
I've never met Sonia, and I'd love to meet Sonia.
She seems like she gives zero fucks and just lives her best life doing whatever the hell she wants.
I kind of feel like if Sonia and I met, it might be a little bit of trouble.
Like if she wants to go out in her silk bathrobe with a coonskin cap or something, she's gonna do it. And like she's just
Gray's Gardens.
She is kind of, but she's fat. But when she turns it out, like she looks fabulous. I don't know how old she is.
She looks really good now. Have you seen her lately? Like if you watch Quincy's story on Instagram, her daughter is like more of the real deal. Like Quincy's in charge of it, not Sonia. You know. She looks great, and her daughter looks exactly like her, and her daughter is gorgeous and doing great things with her life. Like, yeah, I like Sonia.
And Ramona, oh my God, and fertile time.
Ramona is in the Shannon Bedore to throw him away. I can't.
I'm not a huge Ramona fan either. I respect her. I also respect Vicki Gunvalson, not a huge fan. I respect her for, what did it say?
Their business sense, that they're smart business women, like in that aspect, but like their personalities, just I don't jive with them. Like I just don't. I don't want to be around that. You know.
I heard somebody met. It was on something that I was listening to. Vicki Gunvalson in a hotel or something, and wanted to get a picture, and she was like, "No, I'm not affiliated with the cast anymore," because she really felt some type of way about.
Okay, exactly. Okay, so that right there, what you just said, how Vicki wouldn't take a picture with somebody. Okay, that's how Shannon is. And it's like, okay, okay, lady. So you don't want to take pictures. You don't want anybody paying attention to you. Why'd you sign up to be on a TV show then?
You know, you're in a bright yellow suit.
Like, I don't like that. That's what I don't like about Ramona. That's what I don't like about Shannon or any of them that, like, when you see them out and they act like, oh, it's again, back to when they leave that Javits Center, they're not that famous. I mean, people that watch the Housewives know who they are, but like half the people I know, they have no clue what I'm like. I can't talk about this with 99%.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're when you went with Salt Lake City there. Anybody from Salt Lake City?
Yes.
And y'all, if anybody who are Housewives fans, if you're not watching Salt Lake City, you're missing out. Salt Lake City is good. It's real good. And it's the whole like Mormon if I say anything offensive about the Mormon culture, because I was thinking earlier when I was watching the Sister Wives, I'm like, if we're doing Salt Lake City and Mormon, like we're kind of tying both of them in, because obviously not as an extreme version on Salt Lake City of the people we've seen. But
but they're all their religions were mostly based in Mormonism, with the exception of Jen Shaw or the other one that's Jewish. I think is Meredith Jewish.
I don't know, but like Whitney,
listen, and I don't care. I mean, that's great. I'm not saying. I just know that Whitney left the faith. Whitney is not Mormon anymore.
And Whitney is like Mormon royalty or something, like a descendant of Brigham Young or something like that. It was something.
Well, Whitney and Heather.
Yeah,
that family is like a big deal.
So it was a big deal, and then I was thinking when I was watching Cody and stuff, when they were talking about how you're sealed, like Whitney saying she had to actually submit that document, because I think the names are written down in a physical book or something of who gets into heaven and like you have to submit like a notarized thing.
It's a cult.
Saying that I don't want to, be in this anymore, or, and they think that's why they can take multiple wives, because you're sealed, whether you get divorced or not, you're sealed together in heaven. And, it's not my thing. And there's different levels of Mormonism. I think, there's like, Warren Jeff, blue jean buns type thing. And then, what we see on Sister Wives and stuff like that.
And then what I've seen in Hillsdale and what I've seen in Utah. I mean, I've actually been there more than one time. I have friends that live in Hillsdale whose parents used to be under Warren Jeffs. Like I actually went out there and made friends with the people in Hillsdale. And that's why I'm kind of invested in anything to do with Utah. Like, that's why I was
the history of Mormonism
at the first Bravocon is when they announced that the new franchise was going to be in Salt Lake City, and I was just like, oh, yes,
really. I mean, and when they left Mormonism, like Whitney goes all out with the twerking and all that stuff. What is the one that's not on it anymore that married her grandfather? Mary, and she actually runs a cult.
Well, but that's a different. That's not Mormon. She's not Mormon though.
No, but she's not Mormon.
But you know what Mormonism is, right, Lily? Like this guy went out and he found this extra books to the Bible that nobody else.
Young, right, or Joseph Smith?
No, before him. Like it's John Smith or whatever. Joseph Smith. That's it, John Smith. But like it's a pretty far-fetched thing in my opinion to believe in, and that good for them. That's great. But I'm really fascinated by the whole thing, like, because I just can't imagine myself. And people could say that about Christianity too. They could say like, oh, but you believe in Jesus, like.
But anything that won't let you out is like that you have to submit a letter.
Yeah, something. Right. Okay. So you see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that Mormonism thing, like you're in or you're out, and you got to sign papers and all that. That's not.
And it's a big deal. Like the people like Heather and Whitney, because they got a divorce or whatever, like they have people, their parents and stuff that will not speak to them. And
for some reason, for me, that doesn't jive with Jesus. So
exactly. Judgy Jesus.
It's judgy Jesus. That's not judgy.
But Salt Lake City, so they had just announced the first franchise. So Salt Lake City no one was there from Salt Lake City.
No, at the first Bravocon, we were sitting in the audience and we were waiting for them to announce the new franchise, and they announced Salt Lake City, and we kind of looked at each other. We were like, because we thought that they would do like Chicago or maybe Houston, Texas.
Nashville, maybe.
Nashville, yeah.
Maybe. I know you've been like to Belmead and like Franklin. There's some money in Nashville.
Oh, no shit. No, I know. There's celebrities and
Mm-hmm.
shopping in the restaurants. So Nashville would be a good one. You know, I wonder why they're not doing any new franchises. They said at Bravocon there are no new ones coming up.
And they canceled New York, right? It's done.
Did they cancel it completely? Because I knew that Lizzie opted out after all of the like Jewish hatred stuff, you know, all of the
Who's Lizzie?
From the Real Housewives of New York. There's a whole new cast of New York. You don't know that?
Somebody said that in the chat, and I thought, yeah, did that? So
I thought you knew that, and you were saying that this one got canceled. No,
so they canceled like
cast.
Ramona and Sonia. So it's
No, none of them are on. There's no Sonia, no Ramona, no nobody. It's a whole fresh new cast. And like one of the girls is somebody who worked for J. Crew and brought like J. Crew out of the depths. Let me look up the cast. Hold on. No, there's a whole new Real Housewives of New York. It's just nobody. It's all different cast.
I don't see. I like my housewives to be at least about 45.
Oh no, there's influencers on here. Well, no, they're interesting. I mean, they needed those girls. It's kind of played out. I mean, same thing with Orange County. Like, who wants to see Vicky again? I'm over Vicky. Honestly, like Tamara's funny, whatever, but she's old. Like, I'm kind of glad that they're bringing in like a whole New York Housewives.
I don't want to see them that old, but I don't want to watch like Vanderpump Rules. Well, the age Vanderpump Rules used to be either. As my housewives, I like them to be like I like them to be like they were in the beginning of New York. Like, I don't know. Where they're, I don't know. I like them to be about 45. I like them to be fabulous. I want them to.
Okay, I'm going to tell you who the new ones are. Lizzie Savetsky dropped out. Okay, because she's an Orthodox Jewish woman, and she dropped out when all this anti-Semitism stuff started coming out.
The reunion got canceled, right? Didn't the reunion get canceled?
Maybe. I don't know. Jessel Tank, Uba Hassan, Jenna Lyons. That's the one. Jenna Lyons is a badass. Okay. So he's the new one. Aaron Dana, Lichi, Bryn Whitfield, and Cy De Silva. That's the new cast.
Cy De Silva. That sounds like a familiar name.
You'll know him.
Oh, I'm thinking of
Stacey
and Darcy.
A couple of them are like Instagram influencers.
What's Jenna's last name?
Hold on. Jenna Lyons. Lyons. Jenna Lyons.
De Silva. I was thinking of Darcy and Stacey, the TLC twins.
Oh, have you seen them lately?
I love them though. I would love to see them. I reach out to them all the time begging for an interview.
I saw a picture of Darcy, and I mean, you can see her hair is up. You can see every single bead in her hair of her, like where they clamped the hair in, you know?
He's a lot. And I think they could switch the two of them out on one show, and I would not know if they weren't standing right next to each other. Like, they look a lot alike.
I mean, they are identical, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're identical. I wish they'd leave themselves alone. They look they could be pretty, but they're so morphed. They're so like, I don't know. It
was something Ramona said that was very racist or anti-Semitic or something. And that is why, you're right, Whipping Post. That's why it got canceled. And that's why the reunion didn't happen. But I'm trying to think of exactly what it was. But it was something Ramona did.
What did Ramona do now? Should I look?
It was something, she got them canceled. Let's see. Hold on. Let's Google. What happened to Real Housewives New York? Of New York cast. Why did they get rid of
racist comment about Ebony revealed?
The final blow came when Ramona Singer was accused of racism towards the series' first Black housewife, Ebony K. Ebony K. Williams. I don't remember her being on it. Or was she supposed to be on it? Because I don't remember that.
Says Luann kicked her out of her house.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Not good, ladies, huh? Not a good look.
It was not. And I mean, they all had to be scared after the Vicky thing. And
let me tell you something. Everybody dismisses Ramona because, like, oh, it's Ramona. She doesn't know. You know, she knows. If she's that smart to run that company and stuff, she knows. She just uses the excuse of like, oh, I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm always drunk. You know, like, I'm not buying.
And she's very elitist. So yeah. I
well, and she's another one. Like at Bravo,
isn't she a person on Fox News? Who Ebony Williams? I don't know. Let's see.
We should have done more research. I guess you can't talk about anything.
Well, on this show, I use the term show loosely. Brandi, we do our research while we're on air.
Okay. Wow, everybody knows so much.
Ebony Williams is an American lawyer and television host. She co-hosts the late night show State of the Culture on Revolt TV. She co-hosted a talk show on WABC Radio in New York City and was a co-host on the Fox News show Fox News Specialist. So you're Whipping Post, you are maybe you should be up here too. Okay, so Jen Shaw, what do you think is going to happen to her?
Oh, I'm going to tell you what.
She's facing like 30 years, isn't she?
Is that the maximum? I don't know. I can't speak to what the maximum minimum, but I think they're going to make an example of her. I think that what she did is disgusting. I think it's so gross that she flaunted her wealth like that, all while getting it from like unsuspecting.
She's facing 30 years.
Senior citizens and stuff. Like, I'm sorry, but and you know the way that
for those of y'all that don't know, this is Jen Shaw, and this is what she did. And correct me if I'm wrong, Brandi. But so she makes she's fabulous to watch on the show. She's very entertaining. She's very extravagant. I'm Jen Shaw. I think at one party she actually wore the outfit Beyonce wore for the Formation Super Bowl performance, like the actual thing Beyonce wore. And it was kind of unclear. Her husband is a college or NFL football coach.
He's a college football coach, which, you know, unless you're coaching a SEC, you know, unless you're Nick Saban or one of those guys, like he's not making multi-millions of dollars a year. That's what I was always like. So where's the money coming from?
And that's what everybody was kind of asking, where's the money coming from? So she ran a sales company, and what she did would be she would get lists of people that were elderly or impaired in some sort of way, and she would call them. There's a documentary about it on Hulu called it's not The Housewife and the Hustler. That was about Erica Jane, but it's very interesting.
No, it's the Shaw one.
Yeah, she would. What's it called? It's called the Shaw something. And she does the most, like the absolute most about dressing, going out and everything. And so she would call these people, or she would get their numbers. And like, there was this one poor lady on there that had this horrible idea. This wasn't it, but it was like, this was not the exact idea, but it was something like bonnets for dogs or something that she was trying to get patented. And so Jen Shaw's company said, that's a great idea. For $20,000, you know, give us this and we'll patent it and advertise it and you'll sell a whole lot. So they take people that are purposely like, the list targets people that.
Oh, she had whole call centers though of like rows and rows of people. Like she was involved. And you know, the fact that
targeting people that are vulnerable,
that are elderly, that are by themselves, like she had a whole, like it's so, the whole thing was illegal. But the fact that her assistant, that dude, what was his name?
I don't know, but he played
not Shelby
going ape shit.
What was the guy's name? See, I should have all this. I should know this if I'm going to talk about it. Anyway, dude that worked real close with her turned so fast. Like they had them, and he knew that they had them, and that's why he gave it up. And that's why she had to plead guilty, because there's just too much evidence against her. It cost a fortune to go to trial. And if she went to trial and lost, she could face even more time. You know, like she's lucky that it's a judge that the judge is sentencing her without a jury. You know.
So right now during the season, it's before she's going to prepare for the trial. Let's see, when does she go to trial?
It was supposed to be December 15th, and I think they postponed it. Is it the trial or is it
the postponement? Yeah. Okay. Jen Shaw's sentencing starts. Postponement is not unusual.
Trial. She pled guilty. There's no more trial. Like she's getting sentenced. Yeah.
Oh, it's December 15th. So it's on. So she's in trial now.
No, they postponed it until January, until after the holidays.
Okay.
You know, giving her time to get her shit in order. And sorry for cussing. Are we allowed to cuss?
No, you can fucking cuss as much as you want.
I don't really like cussing, but like she needs to get her shit together because I feel like she's gonna go away for like my prediction. We should do a pool on this. I feel like Jen Shaw is gonna get like 7 to 9 years.
7 to 9.
Mm-hmm.
So she's facing 30 as the max.
I think she's gonna get 7 to 9 is my prediction.
No, it's gonna be real interesting to find out though.
Or more. What if she gets like 13? Like her son's
30 years that she would be almost 80.
You know what? I would feel more sorry for her if she wasn't such a showboater on the show. Like her bragginess is gross. And like the whole like, oh, here's a Louis Vuitton bag and here's this and here's that and here's this. All the while she's scamming old people. Oh, I know you saw that article where she got when they raided her house and took all of her stuff. Like she had an exorbitant amount of like fakes. So here.
Oh, I didn't see that part. No.
Yeah, a lot of it was fake. Which who cares? I don't give a shit about that. That's why I don't like Jen Shaw. She focused too much on material things and on stupid bags and shoes and parties and stuff like that. Like for
I wonder if she was. So
I would never hang out with somebody like that.
On that documentary, though, because all this kind of started because somebody found her LinkedIn profile from a while back, and she looked just like a normal person in like a blazer, but didn't look a thing.
Can I stop real quick? I just realized something. Like I really do like nice things and I do own a couple of designer things, but like I don't post that and that's not what I'm about, you know? And it just seemed that
being a party like a Brandi party because of Brandi, like all that riding around in Lamborghinis and everyone likes nice things.
I never posted one picture of what kind of car I drive. No.
Her whole personality has to do with her with her money.
Yeah, that's what I don't like. I don't like that she's so linked to like that's her identity, you know, fancy things. And it's like, okay, let's go a little deeper. And when you go a little deeper and you see her on the show, she's gross. She's disgusting. She's blackout drunk. She's saying things that are just disgusting. People that are trying to be her friend and trying to help her.
It always circles back to but what about me? It's never
abusive, like to Lisa Barlow on this. Oh, by the way, there's one for you. I'll tell you who was the nicest at Bravocon. Lisa fucking Barlow.
I love Lisa Barlow.
So nice. I'll tell you.
I think she's so pretty.
Let me tell you this, and you're not going to be able to unsee it once I say this, okay? Meredith looks like Caitlyn Jenner. I'm sorry. Caitlyn Jenner is Meredith.
She does.
Now that
I always thought they looked.
See her.
Watching the show, it was hard for me to tell them apart.
Now, watch.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Meredith, if you're watching, I wouldn't mind a Brooks Marks tracksuit.
I think that Lisa Barlow is a sweetie, and I think that she's not like a throat clenching bitch, you know, like she's not gonna like. I think that she's a little immature, you know, Lisa Barlow, but very, very nice in real life. Like I met her one-on-one, so nice. Like I love her. I told her that too. I was like, you are like so nice and you've been so kind to us. Thank you. She was very quick to like get a picture with my daughter. Like very nice. Very nice.
She doesn't, that surprises me because she's one of my favorites because I like to watch her, but she's like a Carolyn. Maybe it's because she's so pretty, she's intimidating almost or something to me, at least. Like that's like a Carolyn Stansberry to me too.
Okay. And let me tell you this, and I wish Blake was here. I wish my daughter was here. She gets here tomorrow from Chattanooga, but so Blake and I, like when we met them, we each obviously had our opinions about them and everything. And I think that what you just said is that people are intimidated by them because they're so pretty on screen. But when you meet them in real life, it's like you get to feel their energy,
Mm-hmm.
and Caroline Stansberry, hands down, nicest. Lisa Bar, all those girls that you think that they're kind of shallow on screen, they're not in person. They really aren't. It was interesting. I'm so glad that I got to meet them, like not out of that element, It was good.
An interesting question, Whipping Post. I wonder if the judge is watching any footage from the show. That would be very interesting to know.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The judge is watching that show. It's public. I mean, it's absolutely. And
it does have to do with her flaunting wealth and all that
that's
stuff.
What I'm saying. I hope she gets I don't hope she gets the maximum. I'm sorry, Lord. I'm sorry for saying that. I don't hope she gets the maximum. I just hope that she has to think about it long and hard, because what she did was wrong. And I truly believe that she knew what she was doing. That doesn't happen to you by accident. When's the last time that you got pulled up on a grand jury for running a company that you knew nothing about?
Yeah. And I don't even know what her excuse is for that she didn't know what was going on, or she said she was in lead management or something like that. And
lies.
So what do you think about Erica Jane then? Was she at Bravocon?
She was. I
used to love.
It was cool at Bravocon. I'm going to give her that, but I don't like her. She's. Mm-mm.
Did you get to interact with her at all, or ask a question, or?
I just don't like her.
I did like her and stuff. I think.
Want me to tell you a funny story? Okay, so so we pulled up. I think it was Saturday. Was it Saturday or Sunday? I don't remember which day it was, Saturday or Sunday. It kind of all runs together. But we showed up at Bravocon, and there was a huge RV, like a big wrapped RV, Rent a Beauty. And she was like peddling her products outside of Bravocon.
Lisa Rinna was?
Yes.
She's a hustler. Any opportunity to make money.
And then the whole thing with Jen Shaw showing up to Tamra's room, and that's all true.
No, I don't know. What's that story? I don't know that.
Okay, so
I do kind of, because they talked about it on the remind me.
So Jen Shaw was not invited to Bravocon, nor was she invited to the reunion or any of it, right? So she showed up in New York and showed up at Tamra's hotel room at the Gansevoort, which we all know to be true because there's video of it. Okay. Somebody got it with their phone. There's phones everywhere, people. But she came to Tamra's room, and Tamra was like, "Oh, we're getting glammed." And Jen Shaw was like, "Oh, great." And she just like kind of honed in on Tamra's glam and did her makeup. And then now, how many months later are we? Like 2 months after Bravocon now? Tamra's saying that Jen Shaw stole alcohol out of her room that night too.
I can see her just thinking, I can see that, like just being, she's very entitled, and she just kind of does what she wants.
Oh, you just hit the nail on the head, Lily. Entitled. And that's what I don't like. What
I cannot stand about these ladies.
That's what I don't like.
Any franchise, when they make a scene in a restaurant and go to like throwing food and drinks and stuff, like that is so like you guys are
But wait a second. Okay, hold up. That's why I started this whole segment by saying, let's remember that there is a production team involved here. That's all production. I'm telling you, they starve them. They give them as little food as possible. They inundate them with alcohol, and there's a
Let
lot.
'em go. And I'm sure that
It's
they're
not
like, so
now.
what do you think? Did it piss you off that so-and-so did this? Why don't you say this to her?
It's not all organic. It doesn't.
Who do you think gave Heather the black eye? Because on the next episode of Salt Lake City, so last night, if you're not watching Salt Lake City, you're missing out. I'm telling you.
Okay.
So they all went together. They're on a girls' trip before Jen goes to prepare for her trial or whatever, and they go out to eat. And I forgot what they even started fighting about at dinner, or did dinner go well? They've been fighting the whole time. And Heather, who is one of my favorites, they do this, like, all of a sudden they slow it down and they're back at the house and it's like all black and white and they're like 7 hours later, and then Heather takes off of her sunglasses and she's got this huge black eye. Watch it be like she bumped it on a bedpost or something.
I'm going to stop you. But when she reveals that black eye to Jen Shaw,
oh, she does.
Zero reaction. Think about it. Watch the clip back. She's like, she pulls it, and Jen's like, okay, we need to come up with a story. A spider laid eggs in your eye, like crazy shit. Like, okay, how does she?
All these ladies will throw down, because I mean, they all at that one, Whitney and Heather were about to fight. And
well, listen. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I think. So if you look at Jen Shaw's reaction to the black eye, okay, and then you look at Meredith's reaction to the black eye. Meredith's like, oh my God, what happened? Play it back. Jen Shaw doesn't do that. And I think, and then immediately, okay, I love Heather Gay.
Do you think Jen gave her the black eye?
Listen, I love Heather Gay so much. Like, I talked to her at Bravocon. I have like video.
I bet she looks like she'd be so nice.
She was so cool, right? I went to 2 panels with her on it. I love Heather. But Heather is a shit stirrer. Heather knows how to play the game. Okay.
That's
Heather,
her job, though. I don't hate the shit stirrer. Thank you for doing your job.
Back to production, Lily. This is where we get back to production. Okay. She is besties with production. She knows how to make a storyline. She knew that that doing that with those sunglasses, doing like, I don't want to say anything. Like, that is so contrived. Okay.
But thank you, Heather, for doing your damn job. I would rather see that than Shannon Bedore mixing her new organic baby food or whatever she's making.
Oh, Shannon Bedore.
Like that's what you're getting paid for, to entertain us.
No, Heather knows what she's doing. And this is just me, that my opinion, it's worth nothing. I think that because there was a pizza box in Jen Shaw's room and they zoomed in on it. Mm-hmm. And then when they showed Heather's room, they zoomed in on that piece of pizza and they showed the girls coming in. By the way, why were they all up at 4:50 a.m.?
Right.
Why were they up at 4:50 a.m.?
I mean, there's got to be something going on.
Nobody drinks that much. You don't drink and stay up.
You have to have some assistance if you're drinking that much and not,
4:50. Remember, it's stamped on the video, 4:50. Okay. So I think it's Jen, because she's the only one that could get in enough trouble that Heather wouldn't say anything. But who knows? Because Heather's playing it. Like,
or maybe she's the only one, because they're excusing a lot of behavior from Jen because of what she's, facing, and all, but they always kind of excuse her. But I don't know. But Salt Lake City is good.
Is disgusting. Her behavior is gross, and nobody I know would hang out with her. I don't have one friend that would say like, hey, I met this girl, Jen Shaw. She's really cool. No.
I would go to a Jen Shaw party. I would totally go just to see what it was like.
I wouldn't.
I bet Coach Shaw is like, just
Billy, you take that back. You would not. It's so controlling.
Oh, Heather Dubrow. Did y'all hear about Terry Dubrow having affairs? I don't like Heather Dubrow. They filmed last year trying to make her look good, and she was supposed to get because she was supposed to get a family
cares if he's
So I used to love Heather Dubrow. I loved Fancy Pants because
I love Fancy Pants. I love her house. They sold that house.
She has like fuck you money. Pardon me, but it's like I mean, they to me I think have exorbitant like crazy money. But what I don't like is when she took poor Gina, who just downsized to her little condo, and she's like, "Here's our towel warmer next to the washcloth." Can we talk about the bird, Brandi?
He really wants attention right now. Do you want attention, Scarlett?
Where'd you get him?
He's been in my, I'll tell you how I got him. I paid $12,000 in legal fees to keep this bird.
Why?
Because you know why. Because
I'll tell us all about it.
Real quick, Lily, if you'll just let me say it really quick. And I'm not going to say it because there's a restraining order in place. And you know what? I love her and I wish her the best. And I pray for her every single day. I pray for her every single day. But I did get this bird, Heidi Fleiss. I did try to start a
Can I please tell people how we met? Is that violating the restraining order?
I can talk about it, but I don't want to stir anything up because I love her and I wish her the best. But Heidi and I, I'll just tell you real quick. Heidi and I went and bought this bird in, hi, can you say hi? And he's only inside right now because it's like 20 degrees outside. I have a whole habitat. He lives outside. But Heidi and I were going to start a bird rescue together. And I was very dumb and I didn't think it through. But that's the bird that I ended up with. And all the birds are doing great, but that's the one that I kept. That is my baby. That's Scarly, Mr. Scarlitos. And yeah, that's how I got that bird. I got that bird. Heidi Fleiss did purchase that bird, but I ended up paying for it big time in legal fees. So
just real quick, and not to make this about that, but how we met was because I reached out to her. There's a documentary about Heidi Fleiss on HBO Max called The Real Madam of Crystal Valley or something like that. And I had reached out to her on Twitter a couple of times saying, hey, can I interview you? Can I interview you? She finally called me. She didn't want to do an interview. She said, if you want a real story, there's this bitch that stole my bird and told me some other stuff. So she told me Brandi's name, and I sent that bird is very well taken care of. I have seen how well that bird is taken care of.
Oh, this is my he's literally he lives I bring him inside when it's cold. He's in my bathroom and he's on my shoulder all the time. It's bedtime and I need to cover him right now. So he's like kind of going like mom, but no, he is the most baby bird and he loves me. And he says, I love you, mama. And he says all kinds of, he's so great. And he's a one-person bird. He doesn't like other birds. People say like, oh, they need a friend. He doesn't need a friend. He doesn't like friends. I'm his friend. And that's my bird. And I have gone to battle for that bird. And I will always stand by that I did the right thing. And I was trying my best.
I wanted Heidi Fleiss to talk to me really because I was amazed that she responded. And so she's like, you should reach out to this bitch who stole my bird. And this is her name and blah, blah. So I kind of came in hot and I sent Brandi a message and I'm like, so I heard you stole Heidi's bird and that you did so and so and so and so. Like, do you have a comment about that? And, and like I'm Barbara Walters or something. And so then she sent back a very nice message. She was like, well, this part and that part are not true. But I can tell you the story of how we got the birds, which is very interesting. And my phone number is blah, blah, blah. So we ended up talking and it was obvious that there were some discrepancies and then my favorite video is that she sent me is of her driving back from Bon Aqua, Tennessee with Heidi Fleiss and 4 macaws in her car. And I guess we shouldn't get into a whole lot more about it, maybe at some point. But
I think that we should do, you know what? I think that we'll do a podcast about it. It's interesting. Maybe someday. You know what? I just wish her the best. I want to say that I have no ill will towards her. And I actually do really love her a lot. I've known her for 30 years and I wish her the best and I want the best for her. And I just feel like, that happened for a reason. And,
what reason do you think that was?
Never say anything bad about her, and I'm not gonna down her in any capacity on any platform. And yeah, but I do love my bird a lot, and
and that's great. You got that bird from that, and
he was meant to be with me. He was meant to be with me. I'm telling you, this bird is like my little. You want to come up? You want to come up here with me, or do you want to go to bed? He's ready to go to bed. Yeah. So the birds. Yeah, that's how we met. If it weren't for macaws, you and I wouldn't even know each other, Lily.
That's very true.
Isn't that weird?
I know. It was just a crazy story. And I was like, what? Like, I mean, it was just insane when she started telling me what had happened. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. People are asking questions about how you know Heidi that might be.
Okay, you can read. Okay, I'll tell you how I know her because in my early 20s, I lived in New York and in LA, and I met her in my early 20s. I'm a product of divorce. I didn't really have parents that were guiding me or anything, and so I fell into a crowd that led me to meeting Heidi Fleiss. And I have a lot more stories, but I'm not going to tell them right now. That's for sure.
Oh my gosh. It's insane. And we started talking. And so actually they went through a lawsuit about these birds. And Heidi called a ranch that the other two birds were donated to. And it was just a whole big thing. And then Brandi was like, she's telling everybody that her podcast friend is going to take me down. I'm like, my podcast friend, is she talking about me? Because, you know, like I'm nobody. Like, and it was just
insane. The thing, though, Lily, if you know her, it's all talk. Like, I'm not scared of her taking me down. I'm glad that we have, it's legal that she has to leave my family and I alone, and that's all I should say about it.
She's very, I get the impression from speaking to her that she's very smart, but
no, she's very aggressive and she's very on drugs. And yeah, she was smart at one time, but it's a bunch of, yeah, she is smart. You know what? I take that back. She's smart. She is smart, but it's the drugs
mixed with some maniacal, like, I don't know, like it's just,
anybody like her before in my life.
I think and that's probably why a lot of people, why people were, that's probably, I've never talked to anybody like Heidi in my life either. And Heidi likes her some Heidi.
She loves, you know what? I do have this to say about her because I have been questioned on this before. And I think it's a hot topic right now. When I knew Heidi, I was very young. I looked way younger than my age. I looked like I was about, and people always say like, oh, is there any correlation between the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing and Heidi and all that kind of stuff? And no, there isn't any correlation between it, but I think that there is in a way because I think that it shows the progression of Hollywood, of the perversion of Hollywood, because I'm just going to be straight up with you here, which I've never done any kind of podcast about this. I've never talked about this, but when I was 20 years old and I looked like I was 14, I'm not going to name names here, but like big Hollywood guys would want to hang out with me. And when I think back on my experiences, I was never SA'd or anything like that. Okay. But the guys were a lot older and I looked really young, and I can only imagine what the progression is over 30 years of those perversions and those guys wanting more, like, good thing I was smart and I had my wits about me. I wasn't on drugs. I wasn't drunk or on drugs or anything. I was like doing it in my own free will. Like, I'm not going to say I was never like trafficked or anything, but I can see the progression of it being to what people say it is today. And don't send your kids to Hollywood.
Oh, I bet it's crazy too.
Yeah, don't send your kid to Hollywood.
If you don't mind me asking, and I know you don't want to talk too much about it, how did you meet Heidi?
I don't mind talking about that. I met Heidi. I lived in New York City, and I was very young. I always kind of did whatever I wanted. Like, if you go through and Google and look at my story, like, I moved out when I was 16 and lived with my skateboarder boyfriend, whatever. Wait, what was the question again?
How did you meet Heidi?
Oh, how I met Heidi. Sorry. I lived in New York, and I would walk Central Park with this girl, and her name was Chauncey. And she was really cool and she was really pretty. And I lived on 81st between 1st and 2nd. And she lived like down the block from me. And we would walk and whenever we'd go for coffee, she just had like this wallet full of stacks of hundreds. And I asked her one day, I was like, so you're not really a nursing student, are you? And she was like, oh, well, now that I've known you a while. And she gave me Heidi's number. And the next time I went out to see my parents in California, I called her, and the rest is history.
And was she nice? Were you guys friends?
She loved me and I loved her. And there's a reason why we reconnected, 30 years later. And I just wish she wasn't on drugs.
Someone wants to know if you knew Charlie Sheen. Oh, I'm sorry.
I just wish that Heidi wasn't on drugs.
Because y'all were very good friends at
really unfortunate, because she is really a smart girl, like you said, and she's got a lot of good things to offer, but she's just so fucked up,
Do you want to talk about how you guys reconnected?
Well, we reconnected through the birds. I live in Tennessee, and I have a pretty sizable property, and I have all these trees, and I have a big, huge barn that's not being used for horses or anything else. And so I thought that it would be a really good idea that I could help her with some of these birds that she's trying to rescue, And I thought we'd be rescuing birds, but she came out here and she ended up paying for birds and leaving them with me. It was just a lot. And I have Sally now and the other birds. So
where did y'all get the birds?
We got them from a little shop in Bon Aqua, Tennessee called Bird Adventure.
And did you think that you would be on your way to pick up 4 birds with Heidi Fleiss?
Yeah. I thought I was going to set up my barn with like some cages and like heating system, and like that I would rescue, like if somebody had a bird that they were moving and they couldn't take it, or if an old person died and they had a macaw, like that I could help them like that. But it didn't, it ended up being something totally different.
Did you reach out to her and say, I want to help with this? And she said, I'm going to fly in and stay with you. And you said, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Someone wants to know if you knew Charlie Sheen.
I did.
Guys, I don't know if she wants to answer some of these questions.
Yeah, send them. It's fine.
What's the biggest tip you ever got?
$50K.
Damn. Who was that from?
I'm not going to say.
Is it somebody we would know?
A lot more than that. I'm not going to say. I'm not.
Is it a name we would know?
Wow. NDA.
Did you have to sign an NDA to work for her?
No. That didn't exist back then. Remember, this is all pre-internet. There was no internet. We barely had cell phones. I remember when the first we had pagers, we had beepers. And I remember when the first cell phones came out and they were so expensive. Oh my God, they were like $1,700 a month for your cell phone bill. You remember? I mean,
yeah.
Better than you.
Could talk free after 9 o'clock.
Yeah, no, there was none of that.
So you had told me before you were actually there when the bust happened.
Yes, I was one of the 4 girls.
Do you want to talk? Will you?
No, I don't talk about that right now.
Okay.
We need to do a separate podcast for all of that.
It's just such an interesting thing, and your journey from doing that. I mean, you're one of. We've known each other for I don't know how long now, and you're just a really good person, and I think you're a great example of what people can achieve. Well, you're a good example of just being a good human being.
I've gone through a lot of trials and tribulations and a lot of tests, and I've been through a lot, and I'm super lucky that when I was 40 years old, I met this guy that like changed my life and that changed my kids' lives. And I got married, and I've been married for going on March 17th. It'll be 10 years now, to like this amazing man who and I was never looking. I wasn't really looking for a man, like I've always kind of done it on my own. I was a single mom for 16 years, and I had another baby when I was 37 years old, unexpectedly, and I just always been this really independent person. And I met this man who really helped shape and change my life. And he's my best friend, and I love him so much, and I'm so thankful that I met him.
I know you do. You have such a good life. You're so happy. You have such a good life.
Well, I found somebody who doesn't judge me and who doesn't like hold my past against me. And I want people out there to know, anybody that's watching, if you like ever feel ashamed of things that you've done, because like we've all done some really messed up stuff, okay? All of us. Well, maybe some people haven't, but a lot of people I know have. And if you can find somebody who accepts you for who you are, a friend or a boyfriend or a lover or whatever, or a girlfriend or whoever, you just have to find people who accept you for who you are, because that's what I found out. I'm 51 years old, and I'll be 52 next month. And I've just found
so much love in the chat, hearts and all kinds of stuff.
Aw. Well, I've just found that it really matters who you surround yourself with, and you can try and help people, and you just have to meet people where they are. And I'm really fortunate that I found somebody who is so open and honest, and that I can really share my life with and not have to hide anything. Like there's zero secrets. And I just wish that for everybody. I wish that everybody could have friends and family and a partner like that I found, because it really is it's a good ending to the story.
Yeah, and the story's not over yet.
No, it's nowhere near being over, but boy, there's a lot of chapters.
What do you think about OnlyFans and people saying they make $150,000 a month just sending feet pictures?
Can you send me the link of where I sent? I actually have really pretty feet that I've been told. I would love to sell feet pics. I would never do an OnlyFans. I wouldn't do it even if I didn't have kids, but like I have teenagers, I have kids still in high school. I have a daughter who's in college. I have a daughter who's graduated from college, 2 of them actually. Like I have a big family of kids and a husband, and I wouldn't put myself on OnlyFans, but I would sell feet. You know what I've heard that like you get a lot of money if you'll do like squishing a birthday cake with your toes and stuff. Like I would do that.
Yeah, if somebody wants to pay me $100,000 or You know what? If somebody wants to pay
$100,000, I'll take
$100,
$100.
$100, 20 maybe.
$100? I would do feet pics for $100 each. Yeah.
Someone wants to know if your kids know about your past.
Yes, they do. And you know what? My kids all have gone to private Christian school, and they all know the Lord, and they all know that we all make mistakes, and that we everybody's a sinner, and that you can make up for that later in life. Like you can be forgiven, and you can change your ways. And I've definitely changed my ways.
So when you met Heidi, was she like, hey, start doing this and move in with me and I'll buy you clothes? And
oh, I never moved in with her. She met me, and I was just so young. And I mean, I don't want to sound like whatever. I was young and pretty, and I had a good personality. I had a very bubbly personality. I think she saw that, and she knew that that was a commodity.
Did she do a lot of work, or did she just was she kind of in management?
Is this a question from like a person, or are you?
Yeah, this is just for me. Like, did she just kind of organize things, or was she out in the field?
No, she was not. She's an idiot. Anyway. Let's change the subject, Lily.
Okay. So,
because my kids are going to watch this because they know.
Okay. Maybe we'll circle back eventually, but
my kids know that I love them, and they know I have a past, and my kids know that my past doesn't affect their future, and that I didn't have parents. Just that's plain and simple. I didn't have
nothing to be like. I could tell immediately when you answered the phone. I was like, I like this woman. She is friendly. Like, I know that you've been on mission trips. Like, you have nothing to be ashamed of. Please don't ever be ashamed of that.
I love you, Katie. I felt the same way with you from the minute you called me. I really felt a connection with you, and I knew that we had stuff to talk about, and I knew that you had pure intentions, and I knew that you had a good heart. And may I say to the public, I just would love to give an announcement that congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
That totally hot guy.
Thank you.
Like, your husband is so cute, and
Thank
you are
you.
too. You guys look great together. I'm so happy for you. Like, who knew that the year would end up like that, right?
I sure didn't. And it was about a month after we met. Like, I think you called me one time, or I called you, and I was in the kitchen, and I was like, my boyfriend's here or something. You're like, hey, boyfriend. And and like 2 weeks later we got married, and it was a crazy ride. But things happen for a reason. And I do think from some other stuff that you've told me, and I've told you this before, and like, not just, I mean, some of that too, like if you ever, but just from other things, that you should write a book. And
I really want to. I need a partner in writing it, though. Like, I need somebody to bounce off of, like, because I don't even know where to begin. I don't know where to start. There's so much. There's just so many different seasons and different chapters in my life that I don't even know where to start.
Do you want to say anything about what Heidi told me to ask you about one of your ex-boyfriends whose nickname rhymes? Okay.
I don't want to talk about anything about any exes. No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's part of the past.
Yeah. But Heidi just tried to she painted a very different picture of this woman than what I experienced, and that she stole her birds and everything. I'm like, she did what? She stole your birds? And
oh, you're talking about me.
Yeah. But when she said, when she dated so-and-so and he did this and this, and she was involved in it and all that stuff. And it's like, what? I
wasn't involved in any of that. People can Google it. People can watch the documentaries. There's like a couple movies about it. It's not my fault. And I didn't have anything to do with that. And I'm actually a victim of that. That was my best friend. I mean,
sorry.
If we're gonna be like that about it, shame on Heidi, because this hangs in my closet
Oh,
as tribute every single day. So yeah, we're not going to talk about that, but I'm just glad to show that picture because that was my best friend, and anybody who would have anything shitty to say about that is a terrible person.
yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for opening up so much. Do you want to talk a little Sister Wives?
Ooh, what do you want to talk about?
So has the actual last one come out yet?
The last one did come out, and then they're doing the there's a 3-part tell-all.
Because the first one I could watch, the last one I could watch was just like the it was a one-on-one with
One-on-one. Yeah, it's called one-on-one, but there's 3 parts to that. So we've only seen 1 part to 3 parts of the one-on-one. So we've learned that Mary and Janelle are both split from Cody.
It's just Robin. So I was watching it today, and I mean, I've always thought Cody was a douche. I've always thought that. But I wonder if Cody is the same that he's always been, except so what we were talking about, like there's the Mormons that live with Warren Jeffs, like blue jean skirts, buns, you know, very, very
FLDS it's called.
Yeah, and very fundamentalist. And then the ones that are a little bit modern, do you think that he's the same person he's always been and they evolved?
No, I think that Cody is the same person. Yeah, I think that Cody's always been a narcissistic, self-involved.
Someone said, please write a book. I'm sold. I've been telling her.
I think that Cody is disgusting. And I think that Cody always, since the day Robin came into the picture, she's always been the focus. Her kids have been the focus. If you watch his son break down and cry the way he did, I don't know, it made me cry. I cried when his son cried. Like, those older kids don't know him because he wasn't around. And the younger ones, Janelle, I mean, Janelle doesn't have any younger ones. But the younger kids, like for instance, Truly, you know, when he's like, oh, I don't want her to take Truly. I want 50-50. And Christine's like, but where have you been while we were here? He never even,
the whole season, I was like, yes, Christine. Like, Christine. Yeah. And I love how when he's freaking out and stuff, Christine is just like, okay. Is that how
because she knew, she's smart enough to know to get the.
She's not even mad anymore. She's just like, what is going to be what will make you shut up so I can go?
And poor Janelle, you know, you got to feel sorry for Janelle. So Janelle, here's Janelle. She's been working her ass off, you know, for the last 25 years for this family. She's raised all these kids on her own. I don't know if you noticed a common thread in what those women said and what the 3 women, Mary, Janelle, and Christine said. They all 3 said, I take pride in knowing that I can do things on my own. I take pride in my independence as a woman. That doesn't scream plural marriage to me. That screams.
No, but that's why I'm saying, because I wonder if, and I'm not taking it for Cody because I cannot stand him nor his hair. But I wonder if they changed and he didn't change, because I think that he expected this life where he controlled them. And
I think everybody changed. I think the time.
Somebody else is, Maria, my friend Maria says, yes, write a book.
I think the times changed, and I think that he couldn't keep up with the times. And I think that he was never built for that life. I don't think that he's a strong enough man to handle. How many kids does he have? 18?
I don't know.
Maybe somebody Googled that. 18 kids.
Mary left. Somebody says he's keeping Mary around.
No, Mary left. Mary's gone. You know what?
I thought Mary was going to be the first to leave.
Okay, so
and he never forgave her from the catfishing thing.
Okay, well, but she's. I think she's justified in that. But Mary, okay, this is just my little prediction. I think Mary and her bestie that helps her run that Airbnb.
You might be right, and. I love that journey for Mary. I hope that
I love it too. I hope she finds happiness, whether it's with a girl or a boy. I don't care.
Mary has had
Mary's been through the shit.
Cody is a narcissist. He is such a narcissist. And he is, I mean, and Janelle, him making her, you can see the deterioration between him and Janelle during the whole thing. And Robin's just there being like, if we do.
Oh, Robin is pure evil. Let me tell you, Robin
back and forth. I don't know if she has good intentions because
no, Lily.
She's like, she's like, can we all talk or whatever? And obviously they all feel some type of way about Robin, and Mary and Robin were very close at one point.
Well, Robin said something that said it all. She says, if you see in the upcoming for the one-on-one, she says, they basically handed him to me. They didn't want to spend any time with him. That's very telling, because I think that there's a little truth to that. You know, I don't think any three of them wanted him anymore. They were glad to see Robin come in. But when Robin came in and he showed favoritism to her, it threw the whole thing off. And Robin did this.
A little mean. The years have not been kind to Robin.
If you ever do your eyebrows like that, like what are the eyebrows?
Robin has, I don't know. She's not but obviously he prefers Robin. And I guess the COVID thing like changed.
Oh, don't even mention oh my God, the COVID thing with them.
I mean, he's just a psycho. And why the hell did they buy this Coyote Pass? And what are they going to do with it now? And the finances and all that stuff has got to be just a nightmare.
Let me tell you something. I just met a girlfriend of mine in Tucson last week to look at houses because she lives in Flagstaff. Mm-hmm. And she's like, oh, I can't move away from Flagstaff soon enough. Like, I don't know who they think they're selling those houses to in Coyote Pass or whatever, but
fucking Coyote Pass.
Flagstaff is so hard to get to. There's no airport. Like, you got to drive from Phoenix 2.5 hours, 3 hours.
You've got some support in the chat about Robin, because I'm on the fence about her, because sometimes I'm like, maybe she's sincere.
Oh,
and
no,
someone says, I'm wondering how Robin will feel when he brings another woman in. I'm going to get some ice and freshen my cocktail. Will you answer that? I'll be able to hear you.
I can't even hear I can't read any comments.
I'm wondering how Robin will feel when he brings another woman in.
Oh, ha. I wonder if that'll even happen. I can't imagine her letting if she does let another girl in now, trust me, she'll be the HBIC. She will. She's the HBIC with the other three. I mean, she came in and kind of swooped in and took over.
But do you think it was intentional, or because she's always like, it's for the Lord, you know? And I love
please, all that bullshit. And you got that thing I sent you, Lily. Just him
and Robin.
The fake taglines.
No, the fake taglines.
I sent you the fake taglines for the Sister Wives.
I saw where it was just like, it's just the new episode is it's just Robin.
No, hold on. I'm going to find it. Hold on. You have to
trying to build a gated community in Coyote Pass. Chantel says Robin has a face you want to punch. I've heard they call her Sobbin' Robin.
Oh, she's pitiful. It's pitiful. Hold on. Let me
tell Christine hates their fucking asses, except for Janelle. Like, Christine hates, and I love how Christine just keeps her composure. Like, okay, that's fine. Like, you don't think it would be more sensible to do this? You don't? Okay. Like, just what do I have to do to get out of here and get you to shut the hell up and get out of my life?
Okay, where is it? Hold on, I'm looking for something good. The fake, maybe it was on Instagram. Hold on. I think it was. Sorry, I'm so illiterate.
No,
oh, I got it. Hold on. This is going to be so funny. Shit. I wish I knew how to like link things in and, like show something on the screen. Like
you're on the computer. Oh, she dropped again. Oops, no. I always wonder that too. What does Cody do for a living? Let me invite her back in. And y'all, I heard somebody say that John Yates was coming for me. I hate that because I've not intentionally done anything to upset him. And so I'm sorry to hear that. I've got the link back for Brandi. But I've always wondered what Cody does for a living. And I think that Janelle, it seems like, is kind of the breadwinner of everyone. Like Janelle's very good with the finances. And he bitched the whole time about wanting her buying that RV and then tried to, I don't know, it was unclear. Like, did they get the RV or did she live in Christine's house or the apartment? Because when I was watching, I think the last episode I saw, she was living in the apartment. And there we go. Here's Brandi.
Are we back?
We're back.
I don't know how to work this. I really wish.
Uh-oh. She'll be back. But yeah, I've always wondered what Cody did for a living to support this. But like Christine and Janelle always worked. And now Mary does with the Airbnb. One of the kids said that Mary has given money for Cody failed investments. What bothers me is Janelle not. Yeah, and he was bitching about, yeah, they're all over him. I'm surprised Mary didn't leave a long time ago. And I think that Brandi might be right about the friend helping her run the Airbnb. Kind of maybe an Oprah and Gail situation. There she is. Okay, hold on.
For you.
There we go.
You're gonna laugh your ass off. Hold on. Let me turn. Let me turn. Me and my audio visual skills.
You're about the same like me. When I want to show something, I just put my phone on the camera.
And fall in love and want to leave my family. The first 20 years, I don't know.
Oh God! Wait! I just turned it down. Oh my God! This is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Not okay.
Hold on. Let me start it over. Hold on.
You don't have favorites. I am not married.
Hold on. Okay.
I'm gonna meet some dude online and fall in love and want to leave my family. The first 20 years, I don't know, are not gonna be really great. And if they are great, then somebody's lying. They having favorites. Okay. If you want a successful family, you don't have favorites. I am not married to 3 other women.
No, I'm just a narcissist. I have tended to be moody and self-absorbed. I'm not a good husband.
I'm gonna meet.
That is really funny.
Does that sum it up or what though?
It really does. And oh gosh. Okay, there she's back. And they wrote a book not long ago. And I felt really sorry for Christine because in the book, like he says, like he was never really fond of her at first and like did not.
He said it on the last episode. He said, I was never attracted to you even before we were married.
Yeah, and just kind of mean.
He said that. He said, I wasn't attracted to you when we were married.
Well, Mary and Janelle get their money back they gave for down payments on Robin's home, $300,000 each.
Everybody should get their money back on. Listen,
but what's right and what is legal are two different things, and he's only legally married to Robin.
But let me ask you something, okay? Wait, he's not legally married to Mary?
No, he divorced Mary.
Oh, he divorced Mary to get married to Robin
because of the kids.
I hate him.
I hate him too. So, I mean, that's a good, and I learned this going through my divorce years ago. What's right and what is legal are two different things. And if you're not legally married to someone, you're not really entitled to shit. And it doesn't matter if they promised that they would pay this $100,000 back or something like that. Like your lawyer is going to look at you like, do you have that in writing? You know, no, but he said he'd do it. We lived together for years. Mary and Janelle could sue him for what?
He doesn't have anything. He's a bum. What does he do for a living?
Somebody else asked that too. And
what the fuck does he do for a living? I want to know.
I've never known either. Someone just asked that, and we were talking, what does Kody Brown do for a living? Fans of TLC's, this is by Michelle Stein. Fans of TLC's Sister Wives know that Kody Brown and his has a 4/3/2 wives have to hustle hard to keep their family afloat. Before Christine and now Janelle decided to leave Kody, it was mostly Mary, Janelle, Christine, and Robin who brought in money to support their lifestyle. It still doesn't say. Although their reality series brings in nearly $400,000 a year, the sum doesn't go too far. I mean, what does he do though?
I'm listening. I'm just covering my bird.
I don't. So here's another one. What does Sister Wives star Kody Brown do for a living? Everything we know about his job, by Catherine Schaffsall. Working man, Sister Wives star Kody Brown might make money from his starring role of on the TLC reality show, though he has other sources of income. Keep scrolling. Kody was somebody said he sells guns or something. I thought they were kidding. I think that was Whipping Post.
Oh, what guns? He sells
And I need
guns?
to start to listen to Whipping Post because they're not kidding. Kody was in 2010. Kody was working as the president of Hyundai Firearms and Accessories. In Touch previously confirmed the company has closed. While Kody has not opened up about his current job on the show, his son Peyton Brown revealed via TikTok in March that Kody does not work outside the show.
See, Kody doesn't work outside the show, and I'm here to tell you, those reality stars, people think that they get rich, like they wonder. A top reality star they might be making $25,000 an episode.
It said the whole family makes $400,000 a year for, let's say, 24.
Total.
Yeah, so for 24 people, that's not that much.
No, that's what I'm saying. People have a misconception that reality TV pays a lot. Like, okay, let's do an example. Snooki. Okay, let's take Snooki for example, who was on a hit show. You know that they got like $5,000 an episode to do.
Love After Lockup, and the way they do it with people, it's like,
Love After Lockup. That's a good example.
It's a brilliant concept. If you're a producer, you get these people coming out of prison that don't have a lot of job options, and you say, we're going to pay you $2,000 an episode.
I was just going to say,
after the episode
is like a more meaty.
After the episode airs, and if you talk or say something we don't like, guess what? You don't get your check that week, and it's on a weekly basis. So they all
people don't understand the reality TV world. Like the reality, people think that they're on reality TV. Like they didn't get rich that way. These girls on the Housewives that already have money, that's why they're on the Housewives, because they already have money. They're
talking about that whoever put down the collateral for the house that he and Robin live in, unless it's in writing, I don't think that they're going to get much. I'm just telling
Robin brings zero to the table. Robin doesn't have.
What about
the
Sister Wives jewelry collection? Do you own anything from the Sister Wives jewelry collection?
No. No.
And that's probably been broken up now since they've.
But let me ask you, does anybody know of any stream of income that Robin has besides the show? Did Robin ever have a job? I don't know. I'm not saying this in a derogatory way. I'm just asking, does anybody out there know if Robin had a profession, if she was was she a realtor? Was she she working at a bakery?
Plural marriage. I know that.
Well, okay, plural marriage. Did she ever have a job, or did she ever make any money? Has she made $1?
She has some dirt here. Sister closet is what it is. Robin came with $32,000 in debt. Okay.
Oh, in debt. Okay. So she didn't even come with $32,000 cash. She came with $32,000 in debt.
Brown ever worked. Robin previously ran the family's online jewelry closet, My Sister Wife's Closet. In addition to selling clothing and jewelry, Robin would also blog about her life. It sounds like the answer is no. So I picture like Robin, I think she came from a very fundamentalist, like compound or something type thing where
Yeah, I think so.
wearing
Look up how many
kids,
the ratio is Robin to the rest of them.
Yeah, and Robin, and she apparently does not talk to the father of those children because Cody adopted them. That's why he divorced Mary, so he could legally adopt the children.
Yeah, exactly. And they all call him dad now.
And so from the ones he got divorced from, or so from Mary, Janelle, and Christine, I don't know how many kids they have that are under 18, but I heard actually on John Yates's podcast, and I haven't confirmed that or other than that, that Cody's name was not on the birth certificate for any of those children. So that would mean that they're not entitled to child support or anything if any of those children are still under 18.
Okay, here we go. Cody Brown and his first wife, Mary, have one child. Okay. Cody and his second wife, Janelle, have 6 children. So that makes 7. Cody also has 6 more children with Christine Brown.
So, okay. But I think they're like, it's only Truly that's under 18, I think.
So he had 13 kids already.
I didn't know Robin had a nanny. Robin has a nanny with 3 older kids. Is she ill? Sheila says.
Yeah. What did the fucking nanny do? We all
when they were little, Christine stayed home with the children. And I think
well, let me tell you, wait, I got some facts. I have facts.
Okay.
Soon after Cody married Robin, he adopted her 3 children, Dayton, Aurora, and Brianna, from her previous relationship. Robin and Cody also have 2 kids of their own, Solomon and Ariella. Ariella.
Oh, still unfortunate. That's not a good name.
Yeah, it's a really unfortunate name. So she had 3 kids and they had 2 more. So let's add to his 13, 5, so 18 kids. 18 kids this motherfucker had. Sorry for cussing, but
no, but even when you get divorced though, but so they're not legally married in the eyes of the law, but when you get divorced, there's still things like, paying for college and stuff like that. But if you're not on the birth certificate,
not paying for college,
then you were never legally married. And some of them, if Christine stayed home with the children and never has had a job, then she should be entitled to alimony, but I don't know that she will be.
He doesn't make any money. He doesn't have any money to pay alimony. He has no job. He's a loser.
No, whipping toast. Are you serious? Can you see that comment?
No. What does it say?
Robin was married to Cody's cousin.
Oh, Robin was married to Cody's cousin.
No, hold on. Let's see.
Robin and Cody on Sister Wives. Look at my husband's like, who? What are you talking about? He's like, what?
Cody's.
I believe that. That makes sense. That makes sense.
And that's how they would have met. Sister Wives, Robin Brown was married to, okay, it doesn't say.
This is so funny.
David is the first cousin of Christine and listen to this. Robin married David Preston Jessup. Isn't Jessup Warren Jessup? Isn't Jessup a
Warren Jeff? But Jessup's is a big Mormon name. Yeah.
Yeah. A fellow member of the faith when she was 21 and noted in Becoming Sister Wives that their marriage struggled from the start. According to the Ashley Reality Roundup, David is the first cousin of Christine and the 3rd cousin of Cody.
Okay.
So what would that make any children that the first?
Well, I don't know, but it
doesn't
makes
matter
sense to
about.
me.
It doesn't matter. It's just very wow.
Can I give a shout out in
Sure.
in case any of my friends from Hilldale are watching right now? I love you guys and I'm so here for you and I will always be here for you. And I'm telling you, Hilldale is a little gem of a town. I love to go horseback riding there. And JR and all of y'all, JR and Jen and all of you guys, if you guys, I know you're probably not watching this, but I love you guys and I will always be on your side. And I will always be on the side of the people of Hilldale and all of the people that were affected by the by Warren Jeffs, because that was a big deal. And that's a part of my story that I haven't shared with a lot of people, that I've been to Hilldale and I've been to Warren Jeff's house that he owned, and they've turned it now into a rehabilitation center for girls that have been sex trafficked and all kinds of other stuff. But there's a big, deeper thing to all of this, and everybody knows, like this whole sister wives thing, you know, it's like a, you know, a cultural, like, you know, phenomenon. Like people watch that show, but there are real people in this life, like real people that are living in Hilldale, that their families were so intertwined with Warren Jeffs, and they like lost their homes and they lost their businesses and they lost everything to that.
We'll have to do a whole thing on, I'm fascinated with cults and stuff like that.
You and I both, and we should do a whole show on everything I know about Warren Jeffs and all the whole thing. And I have personal friends that their dads were like Warren Jeffs' right-hand man and stuff. Like I've been there and I've experienced it, kind of like a mission trip, you know.
Hold on, listen. Janelle was married to Mary's brother. Christine is actually Cody's stepsister.
What?
They whipping pose. Like, are you on the show? Are you secretly married? They married after Cody and Christine. Hold on. So Christine is actually Cody's stepsister. They married after Cody and Christine's mom, after Cody and Christine's mom left. Wowzers, mixed schnauzers, like I say to my dog. Like, so it's a very, I think it's when you're in a certain area, there's a selective pull to
very incestuous. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've heard the term blue blood
before. Nice word for that. AE.
Yeah.
Like,
blue blood. And they think that they're keeping their bloodline strong by, you know, which is so wrong, but okay.
I don't know if it's called keeping their bloodline strong.
That's what they're trying to do. That's why people intermarry. They're trying to keep their bloodline.
But does it not sometimes cause problems?
Yes, but that's what. Again, I'm not.
We're not judging anyone who's married to their cousin here. Janelle's mom married Cody's dad. I mean, it is a selective.
That's true.
Like, they kind of tend to live.
I have heard that.
And like, I don't know, and I don't know if commune is the correct word or just little.
Okay, so the whole idea.
Okay, Janelle's whipping post said I got it wrong. Look at April. Janelle's mom married Cody's dad. So Cody and Janelle are stepbrother and stepsister. I mean, was it when they were younger or older?
I think one of the moms married his dad like when they were older.
I mean, it's just a lot. And
it's a lot to unpack, and it's a lot of weird, gross, incestuous, weird shit.
Did Cody scam the IRS by not signing the birth certificate? Did the women get that's
duh?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to tell you this right now.
That's probably why that shit's illegal. I never thought of that.
Listen. This is what I know from personal experience.
That's probably why they were on the run, because
listen, this is from going through personal experience, going to Hilldale, knowing people that have been in the whole Warren Jeffs thing. Okay, so they all file for food stamps. Okay, all of those, like he has
Saying they're not married.
Let's say he has 37 wives. Okay, he's only married legally to one. The other 36 all apply for food stamps, for medical, for anything they can get from the government. And that was a big problem with the US government, that he had all these wives. I mean, he was intaking so much that his wives were all getting welfare, food stamps, all this. Meanwhile, this guy's holed up in a hotel room in Vegas. Okay.
But the whole thing is, though, even if so I'm a big believer in separating church and state.
And they didn't do that, though. But let me tell you. So when Hildale went down,
can he support 3 people? Should they get food stamps because he can't support 3 wives?
Well, they're not his wives.
I know, but
my whole thing is that like this whole thing is
they're just single mothers.
If he's gonna say that these women are his wives, though, Lily, if he's gonna say this is my wife, I take responsibility for her, then he should take responsibility for her.
But if they were okay, so say he's saying that, but the income divided, it would be like a single mother or like a couple that did not make enough to support their children. Should they get
a scam? It's all a scam. We all know he had tons of money. He built that big church in Texas. Come on, he had lots of money. Like, let's not.
I'm not talking about Warren Jeffs specifically, but
all of them, they have money. They just don't want to give it to the government. Who does?
That's true.
Who wants to give their money to the government? Only these guys are brazen enough to actually not do it, you know?
And there's a lot of people that live, like she's talking about, on the Warren Jeffs compound that is, or not, I'm sure it's not called that, but, you know, not in.
No, Warren Jeffs' old house is now a rehabilitation center. It's not, nobody lives there that was from the old days. It's a rehabilitation center where they bring women and men and boys and girls who've been trafficked, who have had drug addiction, who have had, it's a 42 bedroom house. I again, if we do this again, I can show you pictures and stuff. Like Keenan, my husband, and I went there. It's like, I've been to the epicenter of all of this, and I'm telling you, I just feel for them. I really, really do. I feel for those girls that were tricked, that were brought up in this and they didn't know any different, you know. My friend JR that owns Blue Sage Ranch in Hildale, Utah. If anybody wants to go horseback riding and see like petroglyphs and like really cool stuff, go to Blue Sage. But so he grew up with Warren Jeffs, and his dad was one of Warren Jeffs' like right-hand men. And he says that like the aftermath of it all is really, really hard. And like they have to learn how to live their lives, you know?
I mean, there's picture in the show, and I know it's loosely based on it, very loosely, Big Love. But it is, I don't think, that far off, because the dad,
that's a glamorized version of
it. Yes, but the dad and Big Love, like, just kind of how they have all, you know, have the leader of the compound, they just kind of, if he wants to take a wife at 13 or something, because he said God has spoken to him, and it's a very, and I'm Catholic, and some people say the Catholic religion is a cult, and I, as I've grown up more, can see how some people would think that. I love the tradition.
There's a lot of ritualism in Catholicism.
I love I love the comfort of the relationship with Mary, with this, and I don't like
the kneeling and the praying and
I don't like political views.
Very ritualistic. You know,
I don't like political views or the idea that if you get divorced, you have to get an annulment saying your first marriage didn't happen or you can't be Catholic anymore. Of course it happened. Like that happened to my sister. Like they had 3 children, and her ex-husband, she converted to Catholicism for her ex-husband. And then for him to get married again, she had to sign something, the Vatican sent her a thing And now you don't actually have to sign it. It's just if you don't respond, they'll go ahead and annul your marriage. But saying that the marriage didn't happen, of course it happened. They were married for, like 15 years. They had 3 children together. The marriage happened. If they're, you know what I mean? Like, that's silly. You can't just wave a wand and say, nope, it didn't happen. And that's
the thing though, Lily, is that all this like putting all this stuff into religion and stuff like Cody does, it's our religion. It's not. That Cody and that whole thing is a perversion of that religion. And I don't believe in anything he says. I don't believe in anything I think those women are very confused. I think that Christine is doing great now. I think probably Bella's doing great now. I bet Mary's doing great now.
She just
the
is
only
so
one that I think is an idiot is Robin. Idiot.
Christine does not lose her temper one time. She's just like, if you ever want to see the face of a woman or the tone of a woman that is done, look at Christine. She does not yell. She does not fight back when he's ridiculous about selling the bedroom suit or something like that. She's like, okay, why do you have a problem with that? If you'd like to keep it, you can.
But let me stop you. None of this has anything to do with Christianity or Jesus or anything. And even Mormons, they're Christ believers. None of this has anything to do with it. And this whole show was based upon
the Browns are Mormon. Someone asked what religion they follow.
A religious belief that is not being followed through with. Just saying.
But they also all say, like, I didn't sign up for the patriarchy. And I do think that when they got married, it was something like I hated it when he said that Janelle and Christine were like, pick me, when he was looking for other wives. And it's like, who the hell do you think? I think Christine left, and then the others realized, like, I can fucking leave too. I don't know why Mary didn't leave a long time ago, because she has no stake in the game anymore. Like, her child
hasn't been able to stand Mary for years.
Since the catfishing thing, like,
I've never seen him give her a hug or kiss her in 10 years of being on the show.
It's just, Christine was, I had a whole new admiration for Christine, because she's not yelling, she's not fighting, she's just trying to say, like, I'm done. What will it take for you to be done? I don't want to hear your mouth. I don't want to hear your bit. Like, what's the easiest way we can do this? And you can stomp and huff and puff and do whatever, but I'm going. And you're not going to.
I loved it when she was like, I don't need him to help me load this trailer.
That's what I was about to say, when she was like, okay, well, I'm going to pack the car the way I want to. And he's like still talking about it. And that comment was infuriating. And he insults them all the time.
He's infuriating. No, he's so gross. I can stab me in the kidney. Oh, and my other favorite.
But then when Robin,
if
he stops yelling, can we talk? Like, I don't know if she's being sincere. Like, they're crying, and then they've made like Christine has said, she does not want a relationship with Robin ever, or Mary.
She never did.
But
never had
I don't know if Robin's being sincere. Maybe she's being kind of sincere. I don't know.
No, she's not being sincere. If she were being sincere, they'd seen it in the last 10 years. It's been 10 fucking years. They don't see it. They all listen to Janelle. Listen to Janelle when she says, like, oh, well, she comes out with the right sayings at the right times. Like, she knows what she's doing. Like, they all know. Everybody knows. Everybody knows.
It's just going to be interesting how they work out the finances, because, again, what is legal and what is right are two different things. And it's going to be very interesting to see. Just because you gave someone $150,000 and you were sealed to them, in the holy world, that doesn't mean in the legal world you're entitled to get that back.
No.
And
I might be able to find out some information. I have a friend that her husband's an attorney, and he was doing a case for the Browns for like the son got in an accident or something?
Please reach out to him. And do you have access to, in this community, I'm not trying to get you involved in our bullshit. Do you have access to LexisNexis?
What's that?
Exactly. It's something that apparently a lot of people have access to. I'll tell you privately what's going on about that because I'm not trying to.
What's LexisNexis?
By
the way, just so you know, I don't know anything that's going on.
I know you don't, and I don't want you to.
I have no clue. I don't know who Jules is. I've never heard of Jules. I don't know who
You don't need to know. You don't worry your pretty little head about it.
I just see her name on like the captions and stuff, like on like titles, and I'm like, who the fuck? Jules better not be fucking with my girl. Is she somebody from Love After Lockup?
No, she's not. She's someone.
Okay, because let me tell you. Okay, so you know I only live about 2 hours from not Olive Branch, but from oh God, where's the place in Mississippi where what's her face lives? Tupelo.
Mm-hmm.
You know who I'm talking about? Who?
Who is what's her face?
What's her name? From Tupelo, Mississippi. Love After Lockup. And she's got the little girl.
Oh gosh, I don't know. I haven't even watched.
And what about Tony? Remember Tony and what's her name?
Angela.
Tony and Angela. That's like an hour and a half, an hour and 40 minutes from my house. Like, I would love to go try to track them down.
You and I need to talk privately. Maybe we could do some boots on the ground stuff because we don't live too far away. Like we could do some like field trips to like. I'm not above knocking on a door and being
How
like, hey.
fun would that be? We should have a YouTube channel of field trips to all these places.
Do you know what was one of my favorite? Like, I used to listen to it on the way to school. It was on Y107, a radio station in Nashville, and they did a segment called "What Do You Do Wednesday?" And the DJ would go up to nice houses, like really nice houses, and knock on the door and be like, "What'd you do to get this house?" And the people would
kind of like the guy on TikTok that's like, hey, what do you do for a living? How'd you get that car?
Lindsay from Tupelo, yes. And I've been in contact with Lindsay a little bit. And you guys, Alan from Love After Lockup, the producer, shout out to Alan. He's not that bad of a guy.
Alan from Love After Lockup?
He's a producer, and he's not that bad of a guy.
Ask him if he needs somebody on the ground, like close to Olive Branch and all those other places. I'll go film.
I have he and I have discussed a position.
Hook me up, girl. I'm close.
Like he's actually kind of funny. And I was like, I said, I'm sure your job is like wrangling fucking wet cats was my opening to try to get him to talk to me. And he just sent back like, ha ha ha. Like, and then that's when we started talking.
Honestly, what made me like love you and like know that like there was some like when you said that you knew Tracy, I was like, oh, Tracy, poor Tracy.
Rest in peace, Tracy.
Rest in peace. We love you, Tracy. We know you tried.
She did. She tried so hard.
She tried so hard.
And I love her.
Where's the baby?
I don't know. I love her crazy ass, and people still accuse me.
Baby, right?
Somebody said the other day that I was still making money off of Tracy.
No, fuck that. But wait. That wasn't Clint's baby.
No.
Okay.
And
all I needed to know.
Yeah, I don't know where the baby is, and Tracy just, God love her, and that's she was. Maria, she was sweet. And these content creators that go on here on the anniversary of her death, the ones that talked so much trash about her and do these memorials to her and had called her every name in the book and cry on the day she died and stuff, I deliberately do not participate with that because
what about Marcelino?
Marcelino, did you know Marcelino was in a Missy Elliott video, Get Your Freak On?
Yeah, I did know that. Mm-hmm.
I interviewed Brittany, and
okay, how's Brittany doing?
I don't know how she's doing now. Have you read Brittany's book? It's so good. You can buy it. It's not that expensive on Kindle, or I'll give you my login and you can just read it. I'll spare you the $10.99.
I want to read Brittany's story. For real.
But it is fascinating. She's supposed to be coming up with another one. I don't know how she survived it.
She was like out on the streets since she was 12.
Her book was insane. And
I'm
so
gonna
they've
read
gotten a
that.
lot
And I'll get
later
it.
with the NDAs and as far as who you can talk to. But I've been corresponding with Lindsay a little bit, and I also I'm not going to reveal that yet. Someone who knew Lindsay, I was corresponding with before, and this person went to rehab with Lindsay Lohan and has all kinds of crazy stories. And I like talking to people who are kind of in the background a little, like, and I feel that's why I kind of want to get, because I've gotten kind of down here in the gutter, and I keep saying I'm going to get out of it, but it's what gets views in this community, unfortunately. But
Wait, am I in the gutter?
no.
Oh.
You're me elevating myself. But when I sit there and talk trash about these other YouTube creators and stuff, like, I know I can do better because people.
You don't need to get involved in all that gossip shit.
But it's like you know how snobby Heidi is. I got Heidi Fleiss to respond to me. I got you to respond to me, and I'm nobody. I've gotten,
Don't say that.
but I'm not anybody that's
nobody.
like.
You are too.
But you know what I mean? Like, as far as being, I don't mean like
you
I'm
have more viewers than I do. I don't even have a YouTube channel, so.
Somebody said Brittany and Marcelino. If I don't know, I believe much. Did she tie up an elder? What?
What? Read it.
Brittany and Marcelino. I don't know if I believe much. Did she tie up an elderly man and rob him? He could have died if someone had not found him. Brittany tied up? I have not heard that.
Brittany robbed a man?
I know so I kind of stopped watching Love After Lockup recently for this last year. I don't know why. I should tune back in because I should, and I have a pretty good relationship with Alan.
So bad, Lily. It's so bad.
That's why it just gets to, like, it used to be so authentic. Like, remember when Tracy took Clint's car and left the wedding ring, and like that was so.
Tracy and Clint were gold. Okay?
That was so
now
real.
it's like it's a bunch of bullshit.
And when I talked to her, she's like, "Yeah, like I took it and like she was the first person I reached out to." And when I was trying to do a podcast, when I just like bought a microphone one day and was like, let me try that, And so I had reached out to people, and I was so scared when she responded, and she was like, what do you want me to do again? Can you call me? Like, I called my friend. I'm like, will you call her for me? And they're like, why? I'm like, and she was so nice. And then Tracy didn't have a mean bone in her body, really. Like, she was troubled.
Tracy didn't have a mean bone. She was a drug addict. She was so pathetic and sad.
She was pesky, like with people. Like, I'm gonna steal your car, but I'm adorable, so you'll come get me after I do. Like, I put out a coloring book for her of pictures, and I'm like, we're gonna have to do one with the suicide smock, and you in jail with your hair half shaved and stuff because people love that picture. And she's like, okay, like she was up for anything. She was so funny. I miss her a lot. And when people say like I took advantage of her or I'm still.
Nobody says that. Who said?
Oh, they do.
Anybody that matters does not say that. You never took advantage of her.
But all these people that talked all this shit about her on the anniversary of her death, they do these tributes with these videos and stuff. And it's like, remember when y'all were calling her a dirty whatever, blah, blah, blah. And like I on purpose.
Which she was, but like, let's face it, she was a person. I mean, she was a skanky, let's call it what it was.
She was honest to a fault. She was never
honest to a fault. She was a sweetheart, and we all miss her. I mean,
and sometimes I'm like, if people ask you if you're sober, like just tell them that's your own journey. You don't have to be like, not really. I did crack a couple hours ago. You don't have to tell them. Just be like, it's my personal journey. You don't have to lie, but you don't necessarily have to give them the exact time of when you. Like, she was so funny, and she was
honest to a fault, like you said. Well, let's wrap it up. Are there any more questions? Because I gotta go.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my Get in the Gutter YouTube recap and Reddit recaps, and you can get off here because you don't want to be involved in this mess. I'll tell you about it later, and we can talk about our boots on the ground stuff later. And I'm sure
Let's
there
do
will
the
be.
boots on the ground. And if there's any juicy stuff I should know, send it to me private.
Yeah, and I'm sure that if you ever want to talk more about what people are interested in.
I know. I'm thinking about
so-
doing a podcast.
Well, if you ever want to talk more about that or anything, I'm sure we can get lots of questions
We can
because
do a little co-hosting.
we could.
Love
Well,
you.
I love you so much. Thank
Love
you.
you guys. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. Anybody who tuned in and watched this, like, wow, thank you.
There will be
I
more
know how-
after when it replays because this is the first time you've been public about any of this, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know how many people watched this, but I hope it's like not that. I mean, for you, I hope it's a lot. For me, I hope it's not that many. But yeah, I
It's
love
gonna be
you.
good. Don't be ashamed of anything you've ever done.
Oh, I'm not. I am not.
You're an amazing person and a kind person and a good person, and fuck anyone who says otherwise.
Love you, Katie.
Love
Lily.
you.
Love you, Lily.
As long as you call me anything you want.
Listen, when you know you in person and in real life, you're Katie. If you know you online, you're Lily. So Lily Kate, love you.
Love you. Bye, Brandi.
Bye.
Oh, guys, she's great. I love her so much. Okay, I am going to get into some Reddit recaps. 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. I do have to use the restroom. I heard someone said John was coming after me. I'm not going to discuss that too much. I hope that that's not true because I don't have any bad intentions against John and I don't want conflict with him. But let me go use the restroom and then I'm going to get my knitting. We'll go through Reddit and we'll do a little bit of recapping and then we'll get off here, if that sounds good. I'll be back. I don't have anything I should have done this while Brandi was still on. I don't have anything to entertain you. Maria, maybe give them a topic to discuss. I'll be right back. Whoop. Close then. Zoom in, I mean. Do it. All right, guys, I am back. So let's see, what did I miss? It was an awesome interview. This one, yeah, had a very, I love Brandi. I loved her instantly when I started speaking to her, and I knew she and I were going to be friends. We were like friends instantly, and she's great, and you guys will wait and see the stories that she can tell. Like she does know Charlie Sheen, by the way. Do you know? Okay, so let's see what's going on. Let's get in the gutter now that we have our real content guest has dropped down. Because no one wants, oh, this is almost dead. Hold on. Hey, babe.
Yeah,
Have you seen that pink speaker?
I haven't.
It's in a drawer somewhere. Maybe the bathroom drawer?
I'll look for it.
Thank you. Okay, let's see.
At Domino's, you can get more than just amazing, delicious pizza.
Let's see,
There's
this
also lava
is-
cakes, bread bites, and more.
I don't know if we've done this one. I think we did do this one. Hold on. Because Jules is still live. She's been live for like 8 hours now. And she's going to sue me if ever.
Jen in bold affinity to.
Oh, wait,
hold on.
no.
It says super sticker, some crunch. It is what it is.
Let's
There's
see.
always going to be a jerk. There is always going to
always
be
is.
somebody
I wonder who
that
that jerk
isn't
is
going to
going
like
to be.
you as a content creator. And that is the terms that, hey, avocado, that is what I've come to. I don't know the fight she had with the new person, but I'll have a hard time supporting her today. Why should I when she dropped us for JY of all people? I agree. Yeah, I don't know how that happened. I don't know how that whole
All right, guys, why is John Yates coming for me? Where is he coming for me? Because I don't want to start a fight with this man. I have done nothing wrong. But I'm tired of people bullying me because they think that I have had it. It says, is that where he's coming from me? Exactly. What possibly could have happened? John, I did post a live on Facebook, or not on Facebook, on Instagram, saying that because Jules was saying in her freaking chat that I had been prank calling him last night. She was sure it was me and blah, blah. It was not me. I'm not the only person that knows how to prank call anyone. And I acquiesce to John a lot because he's never done anything to me, but he, is like, well, you make a public apology, you do this, or I won't forgive you. So I've done nothing wrong. If you are coming for me, John, and I hope that's not true, then there's nothing that I can tell you, but have a nice day. And I'm not going to apologize. And you're not, I don't know. I don't have I don't have any proof that he's coming for me. So I hope that's not true because I don't know, someone just came in here and said that. So I hope it's not true. And that's all I can say about that. Don't come for me unless I send for you. And that's my new attitude about it, because I apologize to too many people because I don't like it when I actually hurt people's feelings. And it's, if someone talks to me about that and says like, this really bothers me, I usually end up, I did not prank call the mother. Okay, John, I did not prank call you. On that one live, I said that I would, and I was going to do something like, is your refrigerator running or something? I was not going to do something traumatic. You asked me to publicly apologize, and I did. So I hope we are good. If we're not good, then that's on you. I've done nothing to you. I did not prank call you last night, nor would I. I've never been cruel to you. I've never been anything but nice. When you said it bothered you that I said I was going to prank call you and do something funny, and you expressed that, I publicly apologized. I'm not doing it again because I've done nothing wrong. And I'm sorry if you feel like you're a victim of something. I'm not victimizing you. And I'm not, everyone can kind of suck it because I'm tired of apologizing. And everyone, I think, takes advantage of that because I do end up apologizing and being like, I'm sorry, that really hurt somebody. What about people that really hurt me? That, like they don't apologize. I'm not this horrible person. I mean, you guys fuck off. Let's see. Hold on. Let's do a little Reddit recap.
What if digital could help your organization change the
Yeah.
world for the better? Better technologies, better experiences, better tomorrows. We're Publicis Sapient, a global digital.
I know a lot of people had a lot of mixed feelings about that.
Okay, so this is Jules.
That I know for a fact. There's a lot of people had mixed feelings for it.
I don't know what he called me out for.
You guys want to do a discussion group on it?
I've never done it. Call me out. Call me all the way out. Do it. What are you going to, are you going to trash my husband? Or are you going to fuck off, guys? Like everyone in this community has been so fucking perfect. And I end up feeling bad or do something. I'm like, I apologize. I'll do better until I get mad because people don't reciprocate and feel like they're entitled to do what they want and say what they want and take advantage of. Don't mistake my kindness for weakness just because I apologize or have a conscience and sometimes feel bad about things that I've done. Fuck off. Like what is good for the goose is good for the gander. And if I have not, yeah, what have any of you done for me lately? To quote Janet Jackson, like, do something. I mean, there's a handful of people that I feel like really support me in this community and really have my back. And if you don't, like, and you're just out for you and you just use me when it's convenient, then fuck off. And that doesn't mean I have any ill will towards you, but I'm not going to go out of my way to apologize to people that think the rules don't apply to them or to back off of people who think the rules don't apply to them. I've not done anything that bad in my life that I'm afraid of being exposed. So if I could do what Bethany did and say, mention it all, mention it all. And I mean, that's just about it. Speaking of mention it all, let's see what Jules's Happy Holidays in the Hive stream was about.
I mean, if you guys really want to discuss it, we can. We can
We
can
do
go
want
a
to
little
discuss
deeper
it.
or whatever. I just wasn't too sure. I don't believe she knows the entire situation that you. I think she does know though.
Who?
I don't know. It's just I don't know. I'd rather. Oh, hello, Glenn Craig. And how come when everyone goes back to JY, they got to put me in it and I get blocked?
I don't know why anybody's trying to start crap with me and John Yates, or if he's trying to start it himself, but I'm just about over it. Like, it's just something for drama. I've done nothing to him. Exactly. But I do care what Jules has to say because she's a mean bitch.
Guilty. I was guilty, but it won't happen again. I'm done with John. You guys saw what happened when he came in and tried to have a voice. I took the super chat and sent him on his way because I don't care.
Good for you, Jules.
I don't care. I have said this over and over again, and this is why I do have such big walls up. If
Big walls
anybody
up.
in my real life treated me like this, I would no longer be friends with them.
You don't have anybody in your real life. You have
End of
no
story.
friends.
I don't know. And so that's like the thing with John. If in my real life, if people I actually interacted with in real life.
Who do you interact with in real life?
Wow. Well, that's pretty crappy. The new person Bombshell brought up.
And also, since she's doing investigations on my ex-husband, not my ex-husband, my ex-husband possibly, and my current husband's girlfriends and ex-girlfriends and stuff like that. Jules, where the fuck did you get a car? Wasn't your car broken down? How did you get a car? Was that a gift? Are you grifting? Did you get your car fixed? Did you somehow sue your poor single mother neighbor and take her car in exchange for your bicycle when you had her arrested? How'd you get a car? I need to slow my mouth down. I feel like this is one of those nights my mouth is going to get me in trouble, guys.
Deceased family members and was talking about Amber's kids. That's crappy. But here's the thing: is this community did that to Amber already, and that's why I thought she'd be stronger. And I know it's easy to say from the outside, but that's why I just was just like you said, Missy.
You're not on the outside. I love how she thinks that.
As far as John goes, no. If somebody in my real life that I interact with goes around and tells everybody that they had an S attempt that was fake.
Girl, we'll talk about the pot calling the motherfucking kettle black. How many friends do you have in your real life? I would love for you to bring one friend up in your real life, Jules. One friend who has met you in real life and likes you.
I don't believe for 1 second that was real. And those pictures from the other day were even more fake.
You know what's fake? This bullshit. Where are you, girl? You're all calling people out for being fake and shit. Go ahead.
So there's that. Anyway, if somebody were to accuse me of something like that, I'd be like, what the fuck? Especially when they haven't denounced it whatsoever. She sent JY's picture to Bombshell and Ski Mask trying to play it off as a friend of hers recent attempt. Well, I don't know. I thought she was trying to say she thought it was a recent attempt. I'm not too sure. But so her solution is to go back to JY and block the subs who supported her for years because a bunch of people got blocked on her live. So today I saw George's new artwork, which was with John and Cody.
I saw George's new artwork, and I think they're cool, just like I think Clark is cool because I've never had any cool friends.
Powder all over them and a needle. And I saw it like 1 minute after they posted it. So I went and put it in my story. And so I decided to
guess what I did that was clever.
And hey Amanda, and I tagged the Crack Brothers, and they're like, is that supposed to be us? I only tagged them because I wanted to make sure they saw it. I love George's
y'all.
And I wanted them all to see it. Hey Miss, what is with you two?
Now she's yelling at squirrels or cats or
I can't with that dumb name. Do you even have a wrench in that one though? Hold on, let me give you a wrench on your other one. Miss Mickey, that is you, right? Hi people, that is Miss Mickey, right? What is with you two? It's too late for you guys to be arguing. The cats. Do you hear them? Wait a minute.
We don't hear them.
Was that yesterday? Oh, that was yesterday.
No, I'm not.
Why did
I don't have anything against
the
these Barbies. I just have her against her how clever she thinks she is. You're not.
I'm like, why don't I see any of this conversation?
People only watch you because they're as fucking crazy as you, or because they're hate watching. They're either as crazy as you and actually believe your theories, and as hateful as you, or they're watching you and using you for entertainment, which I feel like has been an experience with you through actual people you've met physically throughout your whole life.
And then I was just like, Miss Mickey, you're using, okay, wait. Okay, I'm sure, so you're going to prove to me that it's really you. Hey, here now.
Why is everyone going to prove shit
Hold
to
on,
you? Shut up.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Hold on, I'm trying to get all comfortable in my chair. Oh, stop. Trip. Play this silly game. Come here. It's too late for this nonsense.
They
That's
like the
different.
cats.
I love you, but it's too late for this. But they sound like elephants. They literally sound like
The cats sound like elephants. Have you ever been to the zoo to see an elephant, Jules? Do elephants run out? Do you have an elephant box outside of your apartment? Have you ever seen an elephant?
elephants running around. So yeah. So anyway, I think I took care of that. I think I got rid of it. I didn't even look at my phone. To the right person. Okay. And yes, because it turned to a bashing session. That's exactly why we're here, by the way.
Oh,
Okay, let me scroll up now that I've gotten the scuffle taken care of and I've got a wrench and I know it's missing. So let's go back.
let's go back. Let's scroll back.
I missed a whole bunch. Why is making up with Jay? Publicly said you stole 5K? No. So okay, back to the ski mask. Her husband is deceased. Wait, whose husband?
Whose
Her
husband is
husband's ex
deceased?
is
I'm so happy if someone's husband is deceased.
deceased. So her solution is to go back to you. Okay, I've got that one, and that's where Amanda comes in. Okay. And hey, EXO's here, and then the twins, wonderful. Hear them over. Oh, they sound like elephants. They sound like, have you guys heard them? I don't know how much the mic picks up from the background noises.
Your cats don't sound like elephants. Go to the damn zoo, get out of the house, and listen to what an actual elephant sounds like, you dumb.
Yeah, she's saying that that's what started Little Mission. I can tell you all about. Well, what I was saying is, yes, it's. I really hope that she doesn't throw it all in, because if not for anything else, she did develop a community, and she had a lot of people that they look forward to when she.
She's talking about Amber.
I haven't done this.
And good for her, because I guess Clark is a good friend to her. I happen to think Clark is a pretty cool person. I hope that she doesn't make him regret their friendship, because I have a feeling she will boil a bunny and put it on his front doorstep the minute he decides not to be friends with her.
Yeah, not that girl. Welcome to the new memberships. You like? Welcome to your emojis. And I'm gonna have to start messing with the emojis because I'm totally missing other emoji game. Do you watch her videos or have them? Whose? Amber's? We'll do it.
Okay, I don't know what's going on with Amber.
I don't. Oh. Don't, buddy, when you're a content creator that's not gonna like you. The only way is if you do something very, very boring. You're welcome, Minnie. The only way is if you do something really, really boring. You know what I mean? And I think even like crafting channels and things like that, I think that they ended up getting some drama too. So that's my thing, is there's always going to be somebody, and you got to either deal with it or not. Just like Jen and Bulbous and all of them, even if once I stop, there's going to be another me.
I don't think there's ever going to be another Yo.
Got to learn if you can deal with it or not, and how you're going to play and participate. So
Sounds like a
and for
challenge.
everybody in the back, Glenwood and I are not together.
No.
We were going to have a video visit though today. Remember I told you? I told him, I'm like, yeah, Mr.
They were going to have a video visit today. That's odd. I wonder if he has video visits with anyone else. She probably will.
Instead of just talking on the phone. But then I felt like crap. I didn't feel like putting my makeup on today. So I'm like, no. So he's just like, well, can we do one for Christmas? I said, yeah.
I
So I'll
wonder
do a
if
video
that's
visit
really
with him
what
on Christmas,
happened.
and stuff like that. But we're not back together by any means.
Darn.
But I was told that, remember where I kept saying, where does this thing come from that one of the girls' mothers committed S because of all of this? And I was told it was his sister. So when I talked to him today, I said, you want to know what the hell your sister said? I said, one of the things she said that one of the girls' moms committed suicide. But Dad, he goes, she must have got that.
And I'm causing drama in the family. You crazy lunatic woman. And if you think for a second you're going to come for my family, you need to think long and hard about it, because you just do, girl. It's odd that you think that you're that your relationship with Glenwood is so sacred that he would never talk to anyone else online. These are the earrings. They're lovely. It's too bad Jules doesn't have the taste to appreciate them.
Shit from you. He goes, because I never even told her about the dates. So that means by me saying that the one girl's mother passed away from cancer and was in hospice.
That means that you dug on this woman who is a supposed victim of a sex crime, and you're trying to discredit her. And if she was a victim of a sex crime, it doesn't matter if she was a Satan-worshiping, crack-addicted whore for her whole life until the day she was a victim. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if that day she was a victim. And you are gross for insinuating otherwise.
His sister turned around to that. Me telling his sister, because I told him too. I said, yes, just like she told my bipolar. I said, I'm not bipolar. I said I have PTSD, anxiety, and major depressive disorder. So, and I said, where'd she get that? And he goes, probably from you. So I know darn well I didn't tell her I was bipolar. So she's not a very good listener whatsoever. And he told me today, he said, I don't doubt that she did it. His sister is like that, whatever.
So now,
So there's that.
first, I was horrible for reaching out to this woman, and now she's...
Oh, it was fun. Is he still live? Yeah, I clicked in there and it turned into a little bit of a me fest too. They were talking about me. So I'm like, let's go live a little bit. I got a notification for YouTube.
By the way, these are the $400 earrings available at Nordstrom's. These, hold on, are the $22 ones available from Belk. And I could be wrong, but I bet Jules doesn't know the difference between a Versace and a Versace, or a Louis Vuitton and a Louis Vuitton.
And I thought it was them demonetizing my stream. And no, it was just a receipt from the memberships I just bought. Hold on a minute. Okay, I just want to make sure I wasn't missing any note. Oh, wait, I was looking for something. See? La, 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 la. I just drift off. Oh my goodness. And then earlier, I was hanging out over in Stone Sailor's stream.
She was hanging
Freaking
out.
muscle people come in there and start hassling. Like, dude, we weren't messing with anybody. We were just sitting
Yeah, we weren't messing with anybody. She never messes with anyone.
around and shooting the poop.
Ooh, that's a good expression.
And there they come. And they're like, oh, you got 29 people. Yeah, so what? And Stone Sailor, I noticed that you are able to be monetized, but you're not. How come you never did that?
Stone Sailor, you owe her an explanation. Tell us right now.
Oh, they're done. That's why she said this to me. Uploaded the clip. Idiot. Fucking red chance. Oh my God, I never would have done. What? What? So hold on a minute. So okay, somebody was telling me that she was paying Sly for, they were paying for stuff.
Mm-mm. You do.
It's in my truck then.
Okay.
I was just gonna go get it.
You guys, 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Hold on. Yeah, it's why is she trying not to cuss? Shooting the poop is not the same thing as shooting the shit. Like, she's too good to cuss with your $22 Belk earrings. Hold on one second, guys. 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. I am so sorry. I'm back. Oh, hold on.
Ground. What?
Okay.
Watch this. Magic. I'm the god of
I gotta
wine,
go
a
back
real
to-
treat.
I know a lot of people had a lot.
The fence, so look out for us just at least one time, at least tonight. Smash the like button.
Here he is in his little tracksuit, and Benny is looking off into space.
In his little tracksuit. We don't know what you're dressed in because you don't show your fucking face.
She likes to do that. That's her like dramatic pose. You guys recognize me? I was Benny.
Time into this, so
We don't recognize you.
I know
You're
you may not want to admit it, but you all like being here watching us. I know.
Well, obviously they do. We're a little cocky there, aren't we? Just admit it. You like to watch us.
We're a little cocky, aren't we? Someone calling themselves the Queen Bee.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you this much, Mr. Mac. As soon as you guys go off doing your little content and she's not talking poop and we're not concerned about it, nobody's gonna care.
What is with this like church mouth? I've seen her go ape shit bananas and cuss. Why is she?
No, exactly.
a
That's the
church
same
lady?
thing. And that's who did it again? Who did it? Oh, Lollipops. You've been a member for 2 months. How do you gift memberships? You click on the number the money thing, where super chats, and it'll give you it gives you an opportunity to hold on. It says super sticker, super chat, membership, or membership gifting. So it's right.
So by the way, that only makes money for her because the people's memberships, I believe, automatically get renewed. And she's just a fucking fraud, and she spills so many lies and so much venom.
It's with that. Like legal porn to them. Did you hear that? I still want to be. She just said her and Johnny Mac are like legal porn to them. Not yet. Do you plan on blowing him on alive as well? Inquiring minds would love to know. Like, they've thought about why you're doing something with your alleged oversized nasty bean.
Well, Muscle is definitely just an old pervert, and the little bit of attention I'm getting for them too is enough to completely drain the blood out of his brain.
Wasn't he okay with Muscle last week?
Weren't you okay with Johnny Mac like 2 weeks ago until you fucking hypocritical bitch.
Stuff switches so much.
Yeah,
it does. For real, mine does. When I click on it, it does. I don't know. Maybe on a phone it's different. Oh, it has to be done on a computer. Well, there you go.
He's completely brainless and being run by these women. No proof of anything. Just take their word because they flirt with him. Okay, he's completely sold out.
Okay, and this is where he talks about me in code. Yeah, he is saying that the women are flirting with Muscle. Here's the deal. I believe that Muscle is getting his rocks off on this. I think he gets a kick out of it. Yes, loyalty does go out the window. But I think that Muscle, I don't think that he wants women. I think he gets a kick and gets excited over being like the savior. You know, like.
I think you get a kick out of being in this bee costume and putting everyone down. And I don't think you would have the courage to do it if you showed your real face on camera.
You're Superman. Just so you know, the only Superman is my Clark Kent. So.
Clubhouse rules, right? There's your clubhouse rules. Joke. A real pass holder wouldn't be on YouTube, run his mouth like that.
So, and he was saying that before, and then they made amends, and then you're saying it again. Wait, you really wonder? I wonder as well. I don't buy that account in your chat is his wife. I don't buy.
So what if you don't buy it? What do they need to show you? You don't buy that account is his wife? Okay. So what?
It's his wife.
Investigate it.
Because I cannot imagine any wife being okay with this because Mrs. Mac, she's flirting. And now that Cliff has a good job, you guys, are you or are you not proud of Cliff? Cliff is doing so well. Do you see him?
Not as well as you.
He's not. We don't hear him vaping like that because you know what? It appears he's got a real job, and he is getting rest, and he's going to work. I think he works at night. Aren't you proud of Cliff? And I'm not being sarcastic here. Good for Cliff. So, and I don't think that, you know how usually she tries to keep him from going to work, but she's got Johnny Moves. Look, she's got Johnny Moves to play with. So, exactly.
Her making fun of people physically. That is so funny to me. And it's very easy when someone is in jail and you're sending them money. I bet they're telling you how pretty you are and all the right things. And I bet they're telling you that they're not talking to anyone else, that they're not interested in anyone else, that all is forgiven, and that they really appreciate that commissary and that you look so good. And why would you not do a video chat without makeup? Are you scared he would only want to bang you if you have makeup on? Is it that bad without it?
Missy, baby steps. Baby steps. I think we're going baby steps. Look at the mini week. So funny.
Because except for your personality, Jules, you're a very attractive woman. You just try to disguise it, and I'm sorry you don't feel confident without makeup on.
Hold on. Where's the question? Right, here it is.
I think asking questions about yourself.
Jules, the same ones. I feel bad for
Okay, fast forward a little.
Why are we bringing Bella into this? And he's laughing.
All right, I'm bored of this. Let me do my Reddit recap, and I will wrap this up. She's still live. She's been live for several hours now, and that is Jagger. No. Okay, let's see. So, bottom feeders of YouTube. Again, none of this is my opinion or anything that I wrote. It is what is on Reddit. Someone said, John Yates paranoid, hiding under a table when the police came to his door during his last eviction. I'm playing the video. I think that's a joke. I don't know. If it's not, that's not funny. Guess HB was in the bushes of Bombshells Live. She was quick to private that live, PAB. Okay, I don't know a lot about Bombshell or what's going on with that. Mez worked for 3 to 3.5 hours today during DoorDash. She wants her chat to know that because of her medical issues, aka high BP, who doesn't have high BP, they said in parentheses, that because of a $20 tip she received, she was able to go home. This is called grifting, folks. Mez was trained by her mentor, Looney Moon. She's lazy as fuck and would rather crochet and talk shit on the internet than have a job. She's a single 36-year-old woman with a medical problem like Siwa and DoorDashes for a living with multiple degrees like JY. Green screen slip alert. It's of John Yates. Ebenezer Jules. I can't stand Mez for shit. Newsflash. She can have an opinion about anything in this community, including yourself. You speak for everyone without a care. Others can too. You have a wrench in Soflos that went into prison for attempted murder. CM is a racist and a troll. Ebenezer Jules is in a much better mood today after she received for her $400 plus Gucci earrings from Clark. It says the drug dealer. I don't think that. Again, guys, these are the difference between the $400 earrings and the $22 earrings. Who sends a gift with a price tag? And do we think Jules knows the difference in fine things? Krista Explodes. Hello, I'm new to Reddit other than vocab. Not new to YouTube, though, and was wondering if anyone has done any exposing / calling out of Krista Exposed. In my opinion, she's the bottom feeder of whatever community she lands in. Is that, I don't know who Krista is off the top of my head. There's a lot about this bombshell person. We'll need to look into that. JY.
Okay.
Amber.
So all of this is getting this is true.
So Amber was apparently on Jules's chat earlier. It says JY asked Amber for money for his SC trip. Who else did he ask? How much did he get in total from his latest trip trip to?
Okay. So all of this is getting this is true because the day that I was sent those texts, I woke up and I didn't know what the hell was happening. I didn't know because I had only talked to John one time before he even left for North Carolina, and that was because he needed money, which I did not give him, to go to North Carolina for his friend.
Okay. Leave light bulb head alone. Just saying for any of the ones saying my wife's a fat, nasty, and too ashamed to show her face. She's down with cancer, RN, but she will be beautiful more than she more than before, as she's still beautiful now. No shame in her game. Jen was making fun of someone's nose last night. I think that's Star. Jules said her and TL together is nothing but a gangsta party. I don't know if it's exactly gangsta. So random. Why would MH say Danny is Momika's daughter? Did Momika cut him off? Don't know who Momika is. Get rid of mods and wrenches. That's a big problem. Someone says. I don't know. So someone said, Jen has the nerve to talk about other women's looks when she's literally a skeleton wearing a beanie and Uggs. Jagger, smelling like an ashtray and cat piss. Puts her kids on a back burner. Time to gallivant the city with her new boy toy. Shut the fuck up, Jen. You're not even funny anymore. Your clapbacks put me to sleep. And there's this picture. Ranting, raving, cursing, body shaming, threatening again. Jenny's miserable black heart wants everyone to be unhappy just like it. I don't think she has the most miserable heart. JB and GM, shut up already. And JM, shut up already. Good grief. They're twin jaw. All they do is literally come up ranting, screaming about everyone. Jen is back to her old IG days, ranting, and JM is so desperate he just follows suit. Someone said, John Yates, I can't believe Brooke would get donations for one thing, then visit the cast. Also John Yates. And then it says, every time John Yates begs for money for moving S attempts, hospital bills, vet bills, and there are examples from 2019 to 2022. Anyone, do JY and Chody in any way bring back memories of Jim Baker and Tammy Faye? Asking for a friend. Do you research people? It's all a scam, folks. There is nothing behind the curtain, etc. Next post. As much as Lily and GB love an interview, why not interview one of the victims of GW? Lord knows they would have a right to defend themselves against JJ. That is one I would tune in for. I don't know how comfortable I feel reaching out to. I don't know. There is an unflattering picture of Jen. And I do feel like this is like a walk of shame outfit where you no longer have your clothes because you wore them 4 days ago. You don't have access to a scrunchie, to shampoo, to anything. Jen invigorating herself. And I don't know, this is something to do with the arm or something. And then it's about Bombshell, who I guess I'll have to investigate. I don't know. So, and then there's this, it says, when that guy who's always short a few dollars shows up and it's awkward. And that's when John showed up last night and wanted to say hi. I wasn't looking awkward because of him. That was when I was playing Jules saying facts about women who have been in a court of law victims of sexual assault, and saying that because of things in their past or personal circumstances, insinuating that they deserved it. And that's what bothered me, not John Yates coming in the chat. Nor did I prank call him last night. So I am about to wrap this up. It has been too long. I enjoyed that interview so much with Brandi. Brandi is a really interesting person, and I'm so glad she opened up about some stuff I didn't think she was going to. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Please remember the Linus Project, and I hope y'all are all having a good week before Christmas. And that's it. Y'all have a good night. Bye.